west, north to the south, yeah, let's come together as one. They say you're not there, we stand, if I there, we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget that. You from Lower County, you from Maryland. Voila, you from Rewa I'm a bad way on your river. I walk on the fine way. Tabila, Kriwako, I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah.
I was raised in the slum, but I chilled with my guns. Kept it on the low, but we fought for the bones. True son of the sun, I'm a prince in my own. Never gonna lie, me, I love that I be. Even though it's far, when we show we can face it. It's not a prophecy, I know that we can rise again. Holding my hand, I holding your own. United, we stand, divided, we fall. So that's what they say when I come with ball. When I chillin' on that side, and I get no bro. I got L to the O to the V and the E. If we fighting together, we can conquer this city. From the east to the west, then waving the flag from the north to the side. Yeah, that's joining the team. You go where you pella, you lama, I'm crown. Who kill it? Who got shown?
I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Mama was born, yeah. Papa was born, yeah. They hold us together, the honey boy, yeah. Nabalike na koya bake na papa kubo. Nabalike na koya bake na papa kubo. Nabaliko la kowe na papa kubo. Nabaliko la kowe na papa kubo. La biro waka poma o. La biro waka ma o. Bangada anwa waka ma o. Anwa waka ma o. Anwa waka
from the east to the west, north to the south, yeah, let's come together as one. They say you're not there, we stand, if I there, we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget that. You from Lower County, you from Maryland. Voila, you from Rewa I'm a bad way on your river. I walk on the fine way. Tabila, Kriwako. I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Free land on liberty, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I love Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Master Square on the mix.
Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I love Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. They play for me and you, Liberia, oh yeah, yeah. From the east to the west, north to the south, yeah, let's come together as one. They say you're not there, we stand, if I there, we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget that. You from Lower County, you from Maryland. Voila, you from Rewa I'm a
Yeah, I love Liberia. You love Liberia. We all love Liberia. And it's the love of Liberia that has some of us seated here today. After today is Saturday. It's Saturday, the 11th of November. And the year remains 2023. We bless God for another opportunity to be here today. It's not because we are righteous, but because of His grace. That's why we are here. And so we are very, very grateful to Him for another opportunity. Well, it's the 11th of November, and so on the 13th of November, Liberia goes to the polls. Liberians go to the poll to elect that leader who's going to steer the affairs of our country for the next 6 years. And so we're here because tomorrow campaign closes. And we're closing hours tonight, right here on Open Conversation. I'm here with our in-house guest, Daniel. Good evening and welcome to Open Conversation.
Good evening, Titi, and it's good being on our first Saturday's edition of the Open Conversation. This is an attestation of our commitment to inform our people during the period of the runoffs, and we're going to do this and ensure that you're informed so that you make the best decision come November 14th.
Okay, so tonight is a special edition of the program Open Conversation, and this special edition closes Open Conversation tonight officially. Well, yesterday something happened in our country, and there were fingers pointing at one another. And that thing that I'm talking about happened in Nimba County between the two senators. And I'm talking about Senator Prince Johnson and Senator Jeremiah Cohn versus Mr. Anthony Nkrumah, who contested in District number 3, right, in Nimba County. And what we're going to talk about tonight happened in his hometown, in Mr. Thomas Nkrumah's hometown. And it's called Zole, right? Am I right? The name is Zole.
Zole or something.
Okay. So the people from Nimba County will help us to pronounce the name properly. But there was something that happened there yesterday between the three statesmen, because Mr. Nkrumah used to work as a deputy minister of state without portfolio, right? And he resigned his position to contest.
I think for diaspora affairs.
Yeah, he resigned his position to contest in the elections in District number 3.
Very good man.
And so when that happened, it happened yesterday, and I heard people calling, but I even heard Mr. Nkrumah on Isaac Red's extended version of the bumper show yesterday evening. But after that, Senator Prince Johnson had a podcast, and we will play Senator Johnson's podcast this evening. Hopefully, we will also play you a response from Senator Cohn that he did on Spoon Talk, which obviously contradicts what Senator Johnson said. And moreover, we'll speak with Mr. Nkrumah this evening on the show to hear his version of what exactly happened yesterday. So before we do that, we also know that the Unity Party closed campaign today. So let me hear from Daniel on that. We also will read you a press statement from ECOWAS. The spokesperson for the Unity Party, Mr. Mo Ali, accused ECOWAS. And that did not go down well with ECOWAS, and they issued a press statement. We will read that press statement for you, and we'll talk more about that. But let's start with what happened today, because we know the Unity Party officially closed campaign today. What do you know about that?
Yeah. They had a close of the campaign today. I saw that as a sour grape. There wasn't much excitement. It was just fragments of people here and there. But what struck my imagination was the fact that I listened to one of Liberia's notorious and heinous murderers during war, Port Mickey. He had a muster just before the program this morning of several men, around 50 persons, and he had the audacity to take this life. And he was telling them that he trained them to motivate Unity partisans not to instill fear in them, and to also help them protect their votes. And so the reason why they were to be parading the streets of Monrovia today was because they were to send an example and a signal to those who want to tamper with their votes, to encourage and convince the people. You know, of all of the activities that happened during the day with the United Party, that caught my imagination, TT. Because I would have thought that a Bob Meke, in all of his notoriety, will still have the audacity to present his face in this time and dispensation where he, like many others like Senator Johnson, had plunged us into the problems that we confronted with that President we are trying to fix. To pretend to be a savior using the Bible, like you said last night, he proved this today. If you see the men and women we're talking about, they're like drug users.
They are the ones he claimed to be, you know.
The videos on Facebook,
Yeah.
drug users. And you see him in all audacity telling them, you guys are killing men and women. You are the dependable soldiers of the rescue mission. You are going out there. You have a mandate. You will protect. Nobody can kill you.
Wow.
You are clean. You will ensure that our votes are secure.
How are they going to do that?
You see, let me tell you something. Bob Meke is an acutely ignorant person if it comes to the atrocities he's caused in this country.
Why wouldn't he be when he walks around here free?
If I were Bob Meke, already dubiously hiding behind Christianity to conceal my sins, I would be the minutest of all persons. To showcase my ignorance and my dubiousness in public, especially with some of us still around who know what he's done, that are capable of reminding our people, it poses a serious threat. And I'm happy that the international community sees his recklessness. And I'm also happy that the so-called international partners that supports his so-called charity venture will now know the person he is. In Christianity, in religiosity, when you are a clergy person, especially under the banner of Christianity, you have no division. You are winning souls for Christ. But this Bob Meke, his desperation to see blood of Liberians spill on the streets will never go unforgotten. He didn't stop there. He was proud to boast of the trainings that is instilled in his people. If you look at the faces of the people, in fact, many of them didn't even know what assignments they were going on. And I said to myself, look at the temerity. If Bob Meke is brave to do this under President Weah's administration, because President Weah is bent on maintaining peace and security, because the international community in themselves has accoladed the president with the fact that he's a peaceful person. But if it wasn't the case, if it was the other way around, President Charles Taylor or Madam Sirleaf's administration, this nonsense wouldn't have happened. And they were out there today, parading, which justifies the exposure that this young man made during the press conference that Mayor Koji allowed him when he went to the mayor for a citadel, a place to secure himself. He said the only place to go home. He said that Bob Meke was training men. Today, Bob Meke reviewed these men to the country during the closing. To add that up, Amara Conan maliciously lied on the public radio that he had hired a private firm, security firm, to train his people, whereas Bob Meke already trained these people.
Wow.
Yes. The video is on Facebook. It's there. There will be some callers who may have seen it, will tell you. You see, this is the level of desperation. Amara Conan spent most of his time in the US and never saw the essence of our war in this country. A Bob Meke and a Prince Johnson, the murder our people in this country, we were able to pardon them. Let me tell you something. I want to share a little historical notes with our audience. The reason why Rwanda is on the best footing today in terms of national development and the journey of its people, you know why, Titi? When the 100 days genocide ended in Rwanda, that took the lives of over 500,000 people. Just imagine. The people of Rwanda had a peace and reconciliatory process that brought all of the actors, both the Hutu and the Tutsis, together. They went from provinces to provinces. Those whose crimes were grievous, the people pardoned to some extent and they had penalties. Those whose were lesser, they were pardoned and they made amends with our people. Vice versa. Today, the reason why Rwanda is moving forward in terms of development is because there was an understanding that even after our reconciliatory process, our schools will not teach about war. We will never bear the emblems of what happened, so that the new generation that's coming will not even know about it. Today, it is an attestation. If you even went on Google now and Google Rwanda, you'll never see anything but the genocide. But guess what? In this country, we push for TRC. Folks like Bodnike were masquerading to be religious people. Prince Johnson was seeking asylum in Nigeria, pretending to be a follower of Prophet TB Joshua. Okay? Only to malign themselves with the people of Liberia, to fool our people that they have repented and they were since came back to this country, took millions of dollars from international partners who thought that because of the atrocity they caused, they are repented, that they will, a board making will come out today and have a rescue soldier. The security in Liberia, the joint security, is sufficient to manage our peace and security. As attested after the removal of when Omo left this country. You saw it. Over 14,000 plus men left this country. It is President Weah's administration, the AFL, the immigration, the Liberia National Police, the other paramilitary institutions that falls under government are the ones that are keeping peace and security. Where is blood making rescue soldier coming from that paraded our streets today in all over black? That is a sign of danger and green bandana on the heads, another green tie on the legs. It is a malicious representation. And we want to say to board making that Liberia is no longer going back into the dark days. And if he continues this reckless attitude towards our national democracy, he's going to have himself to blame. Because we're not going to go back. The international community is watching. President Weah has been tolerant to the extent he will continue to be tolerant. But Liberians are watching. We have a point where we must stop. The insincere attitude towards this presidency must have a peak. We can't continue to take this.
I think it's a form of scare tactics.
Yeah, but we'll teach them how to that we're not scared.
And Liberians are not going to fall for that. But Naked has a group of people he claims to be taking out of drugs, even though those
scam,
the parents of those people are paying him money. And all he does to those young people is to teach them how to be fighters. And I hope that, the security apparatus take, keynote of this, because this is not a today's thing. But the fact of the matter is, Bodnike doesn't have any power here to, you put out 50 persons today and not even equal to 50 persons. That's just scare tactics. You can't even put up anybody in any county, any other county. So they just made it look like they are prepared to do something so that people get afraid and say, oh, you know what? They encourage their people to go to the polls. And then those who are voting for the president will say, oh, me, I won't go outside there. The people got people. They don't have anybody. Nobody will get out on Tuesday to say they call themselves soldiers or rescue, whatever they call themselves. It's all scare tactics, and it's not going to work because our people, nobody's stupid here. All I think you were doing today, you were bluffing. You're already naked. You're already naked. You've killed a lot of people in this country. We saw you kill people. You slaughter people at Greystone. You came there naked, and naked you shall be. Nothing. He can't do anything to anybody here. He just put those people outside. They've been, beating this war drum every day, every time, until they're falling into trouble and all with ECOWAS. And I look forward to hearing, us read this ECOWAS press statement, and I'll see whether Ambassador Bwaka is going to muster the courage, because they have challenged him. They have challenged him to come out and speak against what Mo Ali did. We'll see whether he's going to do that. You know that we're on the show with Abu Bakar, and we talked about Ambassador Bouaka not being able to kind of show that he even cares about the Muslim people. You know that he went to the mosque.
He fakely went to a mosque. He sat there in anger. You will see his face. I got a picture. His face was very tight.
Look, politicians.
No passion.
You can't fool the people. You don't want to be there, but because the same thing he did with President Sirleaf. He sat down here for 6 years after your people, insulted this.
Never visited her.
Who gave you an opportunity to serve as her vice president for 12 years. They insulted her. You didn't say anything about it.
Yep.
Because we're in electionary period, 6 years after you take a bouquet or flower to her on her birthday. What, you kidding me?
And Madam Sirleaf is way sensible, school, and experienced.
You would think that she would think that what he's doing is for real.
When Madam Sirleaf wine and dined amongst members of the progressive class in a struggle for multi-party recognition, Bouaka was using the Tobos administration's money to school himself in the US.
I thought the Papa was all, but
you got no idea or anything.
Even a bit street smart, say Nancy.
It's not even a politician.
Yeah, because he went until after 6 years, and then you go to the woman and say, "I bring flower to you." You think this woman who is Liberian,
shame,
and you think she's going to pay attention to you.
Yeah.
And after 12 years of, being a vice president, never identified with the Muslim community because you were put under the spotlight. Friday, bam, you go to a mosque to say you're going to pray with the Islamic community. Really? It's just sad. And I hope, Ambassador Bouaka is going to muster the courage, to speak against what Mo Ali did. We'll read a press statement, but I think it will be, close to the end.
Yeah.
I want us to play, we'll play the voice of Senator Johnson, and then we'll see whether we can get Senator Coons. If we can get Senator Coons, the only reason why we're bringing Coons in is because Senator Johnson spoke first.
And said somebody died.
Yeah, he said 4 persons were critically wounded. Another person died, and they took them to Saninkwele. And the people said they couldn't treat them because of their critical nature. And then they took them to Ganta Methodist Hospital. But Coons went on Spoon and contradicted Senator Johnson, saying that nobody died. And according to reports we're getting, is that Senator Johnson was telling a blatant lie because nobody can be found in any hospital. So we're going to play Senator Johnson's voice, and after we'll speak with Mr. Anthony Kouampa, and we can discuss.
Our people out there who may be listening to me this evening, this podcast is very important to send out information to the Liberian people and our Liberians also in the diaspora and international community regarding what is unfolding currently in Liberia with respect to our elections and constant threats, harassment, intimidation from seditions emanating from the boss, Mr. President. 4 days ago, we received a threat, a serious threat, from one Anthony Kouampa, who is working in the office of President Weah. Anthony Kouampa contested in the election in District 3 against our candidate, but he was flatly beaten. Apart from that, well, in democracy, when you contest, you win or lose. So I see no problem with that to cause the trouble that happened today. But you work with the president. Yesterday, I think 2 days ago, today is the 10th, 2 days ago, that probably means 8, he left the office of the president and he went to Zwale. Zwale is in District 3. That's the home of Thomas Kouampa, the late Thomas Kouampa. Anthony Kouampa is Thomas Kouampa's son. When he heard that we were going there, he offered a threat in a written text that when you people come here, there will be bloodbath and the blood of the citizens of Zwale will be on your hands. Don't come here, we'll kill you people. There will be bloodshed. And so, based upon the threat, we asked the Justice Minister Musa Din to intervene. I had 2 police protectors. Mr. Kuhn, Jeremiah Kuhn, the senator, also were giving protection, 3 police, but we wanted additional. So they sent on a picker load of police with arms. As soon, apart from the text that this young man, Anthony, sent, threatening us with violence, when we got to the town, they were deserted. He had told the town dwellers not to remain in town, either go to the bushes or go in your homes and lock yourself up. There were no citizens in town except for the sedition we saw in the t-shirts, blue, and in the berets. As soon as we entered, they began to throw stones and firing guns. They wounded 4 of our people. One is critically sick now. There was 2 while coming into Ganta from that incident scene. One of the persons died en route. So the rest of the people severely injured were taken to the hospital in Sanakori. But the doctor said it was critical, they couldn't afford. So we had to come to Ganta United Methodist Hospital emergency room. There we are right now. I left them there with Senator Kuhn to register them and to ensure that they are properly taken care of. So this is what is happening. What is most astonishing is that Anthony revealed some things. He said that this coming election, the polls will be disrupted where the opposition is strong. Well, I don't know, but I do know that Mr. Weir will not win a transparent election. He's going down the drain democratically. The people of Liberia nationally have conspired to vote him out. So the only way left there is cash violence, which is not working. People are eating the money, wearing the beret, wearing t-shirt, and stay down on their track. So what they need to do now, what they want to do now, is destroy the polling centers. I don't know how they will do it, because all oppositions we have they're together right now, and they will have poll watchers. International community will be there. The world will be watching. If you cannot make peaceful change possible, if you will break election to impose yourself, well, then the world will see. But we want peace in our country. This young man is working in the office of Mr. Weir, who has targeted me. You could see it in the church. The vice president said he will kill me. And Mr. Weir did not condemn him. He did not call me to say sorry, I'm not part of it. And there have been constant news of a plan to hit me. But if you want to hit me, I'm a damn hard target. I'm a tough target. I don't lose myself like that. And the violence they are looking for, we don't want violence, because if there was violence from both sides, and local here with each other and fighting, it will intensify. Is that what we want? No. To destroy our own country and cause our citizens to run into exile, we cannot afford to do that. I just want Nimbanians to know Thomas Kwangba's son, Anthony Kwangba, has attacked the 2 senators of Nimba to kill us. In his town today, the citizens were not there. We met the town chief later on, who told us we're not part of it. We were told to go into our homes. We were threatened to go into Harry. What is happening, Senator? You are our senator. We voted for you. But Anthony Kwangba brought his people. And when we saw them, we had to flee for our lives. But when we saw you coming this way, that's why I came up. Saw them, we had to flee for our lives. But when we saw you coming this way, that's why I came up.
Okay, you listen to Senator Prince Johnson there. Well, just remember what Senator Johnson said. We will call Mr. Anthony Kwangba, but before we call Anthony Kwangba, there is this video recording, a call between Senator Johnson and Mr. Kwangba. We want to play before we call Anthony Kwangba.
Well, let's tell the audience: was it before the incident or after?
When you listen to the recording, you already know that this is a recording that was done just right after
the incident.
No, after the elections.
Okay, yeah.
After the first round of
Correct.
elections.
Correct.
This was a call that Senator Johnson placed to Kuwongba. So you listen to this one before we call Kuwongba.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
How are you? Long time.
Yeah, not bad. How's everything?
My man, you put up a big fight. It just, by God, other than it changed around, but you did well. Because of you, all the campaign I went on, I did not mention anybody near to us. That was you, that was Koga, and what the other lady, Johnson Guegro. We just left it with your own self to decide what you put to decide. But you put a good fight, I want us to, all of us to reunite.
How's everything? How you doing?
My man, I ain't gone there eating GB, give me with groundhog.
Oh,
3 months.
okay, that's good. As for me, left Zogowi, I'm back in Monrovia. I will be back tomorrow.
What you talking about tomorrow?
I will be back tomorrow. I will be there for the runoff elections. Wanting to see me is one thing, but for me, I will be very honest with you. And even if I'm no longer on earth, I will want you to remember this for me.
Yeah.
You crossed the line with me when you decided to go after my father. And it's very difficult for me to forever to forgive that. Because I'm coming, Uncle Prince, I'm coming. For once, just let me to express myself a little bit. This revolution you fought in this country, it was because of my father. And everything that I've tried to do in this country since I came back was for his legacy to continue in this country. And all you have done in 2 elections to me now is to fight against that which I have given away everything in my life to achieve. Now, the runoff election is coming back. In almost 2 years, Senator Kuhn, that I gave my sweat and everything to make him senator in Nima County, for the first time called me in 3 days, 3 days ago, because runoff election is coming back, and Anthony Kuwongba now supposed to come and join Senator Johnson and Senator Kuhn. This is not possible. Let me be very honest. I'm coming, Uncle Prince. Let me be very honest with you people. Whether Unity Party win the election, fine. George Weah win the election, very good. But my decision would not be to join you and Senator Kuhn, because for me, you people have shown me the greatest deceit in life, and I cannot be part of it. For Senator Kuhn that I supported to not call me for more than 1.5 years, supported Naked Gay very hard. You also supported Naked Gay. Went to Yonle and lifted a hand. Went to Lepura and lifted Maury Dabo hand. You're coming to me now, second round election, to expect me to join you. It's not possible. My support for President Weah is unequivocal, and nothing will change about that. And please, if you want to call me for to talk, Uncle Sonto, we can talk it. But on this re-election, runoff, 0. I remain with President Weah. It's not changed. I'm very honest, because I am a hurt man. I feel very deceived. I feel very, very, very treated badly by Senator Kuhn and by.
Okay. We're going to leave it at that. You just listened to Mr. Anthony Kuwongba, who and Senator Johnson, along with Senator Kuhn, were involved in that, I don't know, I should say scuffle yesterday, but if I say scuffle again, Senator Johnson said somebody died. So,
Kuhn said nobody died.
And Kuhn said nobody died. He said there were guns fired and people were throwing stones at them. And they had to run for their lives, even though they were running for their lives, but they still saw the town chief and spoke with him. But I'm trying to find the Senate,
Coons.
Mr. Kwangwa's number,
Okay.
so that I can call him, and then we ask him those
You
questions.
trying to call him now, or we can talk a little bit?
I'm trying to call him, but just go ahead. Let me find the number.
So the first thing I want to say before Anthony calls, Senator Johnson is a dubious liar. It is unfortunate that he masquerades to be a clergyman. I have no regret saying this. You know why I say this to T? My grandmother, my mother, and my siblings were internally displaced in the Faith Healing Temple of Jesus Christ Church. This church, TT, was a course on a Prince Johnson's territory. You know what? Prince Johnson will come every Sunday. Through the week, you hear no fighting in one of you. On a Sunday where Prince Johnson wants to boost his morale, Prince Johnson, Giovanni, or General Amini, all these guys, that's the kind of names they had. I was very young. I still remember this. They would come to the church, and when service is ongoing, all of a sudden, Senator Johnson, then the head of the IMPFL, will say, excuse me. Then we cut the service in half, and he take the microphone and say, the rebels are attacking now. I need to go and push them back. Offer a prayer for me. And the main robbers, in all of our religiosity and closeness to God, we offer a prayer for the IMPFL leader. Guess what? He goes in less than 30 minutes, you just hear sporadic firing sound, and he returns back to the church and says, let's sing my favorite song, I Surrender All. I was a boy, but I realized that was a lie.
Wow.
He would make his soldiers to shoot randomly to create the environment that he was under threat from Charleston people. And all of a sudden, you cannot push rebels back in 30 minutes. And he comes back to the church and he preaches to be the perfect person. What I just listened to, it's not a new thing. The people of Lima County don't know Senator Johnson. I was in that church in telling the space of my family. In fact, you know what he used to do? The ration in the church was divided. The rich class had all the best foods. You know what he supplied us? Dry cassava leaf.
Why?
Because we were the minute of the class. We slept in the chapel. Maybe Senator Johnson has forgotten these things, but we were still around. And we tell our children these stories. You know why? Because we want our children to know that these people that are around today that are claiming to be leaders in our country, aside from President Weah, are the people that have caused us to not achieve the heights in our lives. What Anthony Kwangwa said, okay, he's not lying. Senator Johnson is a double-tongued person. Maybe the people of Nimakan, many of the people who support Senator Johnson today, the young people, do not know his story. We know his story. I am still alive. I'm still here. If anybody who lived that time and sought refuge in Faith Healing Temple Church will tell you the story I'm telling you here. What happened is literally that this young man nearly got wounded from that. He said people die, and calls everybody die. It shows you Senator Johnson. Even the international community knows Senator Johnson. They're just slow to act because Liberia peace and security is fragile. And President Weah is protecting the peace and security. But this senator is a dubious liar. He has never been sincere in the things he says. His support to any candidate is only based on what he gets. And the people of Lima County are continuously used by this man. The University of Lima County, how many Liberians can go there free? If our arguments are humiliated in Lima County, why is it that these very young brothers and sisters are not going there free? And they are the ones who elected him as senator. Let us now open wounds here. But what happened yesterday? Senator Johnson will distance himself. He created that. You listen to the audio. He tried to convince this young man to come home to him. After all he's done to this young man. Father, you think it's easy to forget? My father was tied. My dad was in the military. My father was tied. He was butt naked and threw at the back of a pickup by Senator Johnson's men and taken to Carmel, Prince Johnson's base, and disgraced. If it wasn't because of a few persons who knew my dad, and talk to him, today my dad would have been a dead man. So to come and distance himself from these things, I want the international community, because I am a lady. I'm writing a book called The Agonies of a Child. And Senator Johnson's story is in that book. I will complete that book because it tells a story of what I saw as a young man.
I know.
He shouldn't pretend here.
So
No, he shouldn't pretend.
I'm not getting Thomas.
Maybe he's coming.
He told me earlier that where he is, the
network is coming.
It's very, very bad.
I think he's going back to Lima, right?
Yeah, he's in Lima. We still have the
Queen's version.
No, yesterday he also spoke after that incident occurred.
Kuyomba, right?
Yes.
Let's hear him.
With Isaac. So let's play this one because I keep
Nobody should believe Senator Johnson.
all of his numbers. I'm not getting him. It's like, the calls keep bouncing back. So let's hear what he had to say yesterday when he was asked by Isaac.
Our president came here 2 days ago, not us. He came here with morals, he came here with guns, he came here with helicopter, he militarized our region.
Go to that one. Well,
have you found it yet?
No, she seems not to be finding it, and Taka has just left. So call Taka back. Let
So
him
you see,
find it.
so in the meantime, you see, so this is the person, we who lived during the 1990 civil crisis in this country, we didn't go anywhere. I lived with my parents, my mother, and my grandma at the Faith Healing Temple of Jesus Christ Church. If Senator Johnson is listening to me tonight, this is the first time I'm saying this story. He was the golden boy of that church. In fact, he even forcefully took a woman from that church. The lady was around 18. She was among the elite class. A mulatress, if I can call her that.
Yeah, well, that's his wife.
And if no,
The woman he married?
no, that's she came. She was the second.
Wow.
That was not a one. The family cried tears and blood. The next Sunday he brought back to the church, her hair that was very long. He had cut her hair. She was in military trousers and red t-shirt, and was among several women that he was bringing to the church regularly.
Wow.
His ability to pretend to be a religious man, yet he lies on an oath. It's a sad reality to I haven't said this before, but after listening to his discussion with Anthony, and coming back to do a live video and inform Liberians that he was attacked and he almost got killed. Let me tell my story.
I want you to hold your story. Your story is interesting.
No, it's too much.
I want us to talk about this when we hear from Thomas what exactly happened yesterday, and then we can, talk about everything together. So let's hear what Thomas had to say yesterday when he was interviewed.
It started on, let's say, Thursday, when Senator Cole started to call my phone about them having an activity here in Zwali, wanting to come and have an activity in Zwali. Is my hometown, the hometown of the late General Krumpa. And then they called the town chief of Zwali, and the town chief notified them that CDC has already booked Friday for their activities. And so there was back and forth, and then at the end of the day, Senator Johnson finally texted me to say, in quote, the MDRO and UP have agreed to not come to Zwali, given the fact that CDC is having a program in Zwali. However, they will visit other communities in the region. So I said, thank you very much for your understanding. This is around 10 o'clock last night. Now, they started their visitation of the region in Zogo. Everything was okay there. I came to Zwali with the people in the little program. I went across another quarter to speak to my auntie. By the time I realized the Prince Johnson people had entered with a huge convoy. So I came from the queue, walking to the car to get to my house. I saw two friends of mine with the Prince Johnson people. One of them, Emmanuel Zor, who works at Telecom, and the other one, Nestor Wallo, who I don't know if he still works at the National Security Agency. So them and we started laughing. So they said, oh, man, we're looking for you to send your support over to the rescue mission.
As if I move from here with our fun. You know, we just cracking joke like friends would do. While we were walking side by side, when we got by one of the pickup, then the Ernesto Wallow man, Emmanuel Zor said, "You're arrested." Excuse my French on the radio, but I have to be very vocal so people understand exactly what actually happened. Arrested fucking man. They may not tell what to do. Arrested them man. That's my man. On here today. You know, when I look, one of the security guys came from the baton in his hand, hit me on my head with a baton. Then it became serious. So I said, "Oh, gentlemen, you came to attack me in my home." The whole group jumped on me. By the time I had 2 or 3 beginners working with me. By the time the beginners joined the fight, the baton guy came for the second time to hit me. That time somebody punching me from the back of my neck. I heard the baton guy. I know if he hit me, I'm going to come my face. So he hit it on my finger pop up right now. Then the other guy came out that never in your hand. He cut over my fingers.
This could be very serious.
In Swale, my hometown, the hometown General Thomas Krompa. And so they who were expected to go to Guagua for the campaign came just and the staff in Swale assaulted me and my people here. And in no time they come one turn around and I'm told they're going to Campley. So it will imply that they purposely came to Swale to harm me and my people today, and they did that. That is the current situation here. They arrested 3 other people from my hometown and they took them to Campley or Tanikole right now to speak to you. The situation is stands here. I'm here in Swale. But let me say this very
Mr. Kwemba, we're getting reports that gun was fired. From which end do you believe that the gun was fired, besides hitting you with the baton?
If the gun was fired, it will come from the Prince Johnson end because we are all peaceful surveillance here. They came with a lot of other security people. I don't know if they are state security plus 1 ERU pickup. Okay, so if any gun was fired, it would definitely have come from their side. Not us. Nobody has gone here. Everybody saw, even the market women are here, can attest to everything that I'm saying to you. Now, let me make this very clear to Senator Johnson and all of his supporters. Anthony Krompa not support Senator Johnson and Senator Kuhn in their desperation for power in this country. They have absolutely nothing to offer the people of this country but their personal gain. I cannot be part of that enterprise. I have decided to support President Weah, and my support is unequivocal. They can come back tonight and attack me. They can come back tomorrow and attack me. But let me say this to you. My support for President Weah will never change. And I can tell you this today. George Weah will win the vote in my hometown massively. Nothing will change that. So they can come back and attack me all they want. Nothing will change that.
Besides the vote, which is important, your life is important. And but everybody knows that Prince Johnson was a bodyguard or an assistant to your father.
That is the ungrateful.
So how come
Prince Johnson? He is the most ungrateful and deceitful man. Senator Johnson calls you right now and tells you one thing. He calls you to more money and tells you another thing. Such inconsistency, I cannot be part of it. I cannot be part of an inconsistent enterprise. All right? You would think nobody in Liberia in their right mind would believe Senator Johnson will go against the son of Thomas Krompa. But let me say this to you. Senator Johnson has been responsible for the 2 times I have contested in elections in the county for me to not win. He has deployed all his political tricks to sway the minds of voters against me. Well, he has succeeded. But thank God, President Weah will win this election. Okay? And for the first time in his history in this country, politics, he will be a senator without a relationship with a president. That's why he's afraid of, and he's very desperate and doing everything to eliminate people like us who have stood up in this country and said the right thing must be done. He is prepared to kill me because I'm supporting President Weah, so be it. But I'm in Nimba County, I'm in District 3, I'm not moving from here until after the elections.
But you take care of yourself, though. Take care of yourself. But thank you so much for talking to us.
Well, you heard him there for yourself. I wanted to talk to him, this evening and, ask him further questions, having listened to Senator Johnson say that, I put it wrong mark on, I'm sorry. Having listened to Senator Johnson, I wanted to ask Thomas a few questions.
You should try his line again.
I've been trying. It's like he's out of coverage area. But you heard Thomas say that, Senator Johnson sent him a text message. I'm going to read this message again that came from Senator Johnson after, the people who, when you want to strike, people who he's very calculative, but sometimes he falls prey to himself, because even listening to his podcast, you know that what he's saying is not true. There's no way you can say that when you enter a town, people were throwing rocks and firing in the air and you started running. But at the end of your podcast, you tell us that you saw the town chief and you spoke with the town chief. Excuse me. Excuse me.
According to the guns firing?
There were guns firing.
So the town chief is immune to bullet.
Yes, but he was running for his life because Kuwangba was
Had to stop
him. Had to stop
because he said that is okay.
You saw the you saw the town chief, and then you stopped and you talked with the town chief, even though people were firing bullets. Okay, so this is his text message to. He says, Anthony, after careful contemplation, we, MDR and UP, have agreed to let CDC program to proceed in your town, Zole.
As if to say he owns it.
No, he already heard because he was told that Kuwangba was having a program.
I'm looking at the word, the verb allow.
Okay, he owns the town, so no problem.
Wow.
We agreed to that word.
Wow.
He says we've agreed to let you to let CDC program to proceed in your town, Zole, without our presence there. We will instead reach other towns that are free of your activities. Any other thoughts? Please call me nephew. Let us avoid confusion. Thanks.
And Kuwangba said the same thing.
Yes.
He said it in his interview.
This text was written the night before
The incident.
yesterday. Yeah. So he was alert that Kuwangba and his people were having a program in his hometown, in Kuwangba's hometown, even though he wanted to go there. But then he was told by the security people or those who are responsible to tell you that, okay, this party is having something here, so you can go there, just to avoid confusion as a result of the Farmington Declaration. But he said, okay, I hear you, I will not go. He wrote a text message. But in his podcast, he says that Kuwangba sent him a text threatening him. But this is the text he wrote to Kuwangba saying that will not come. So he made them to believe that he would not go there because they are there.
Which was a trap.
Yes. So then he prepared to go there,
Catch them unaware.
and kill people there.
Yeah.
Because if they had done something very serious to that guy yesterday, Senator Johnson will go and do the same podcast and say he was attacked, because he said he was attacked. He heard when they reached in the town, people were throwing stones and they were firing bullets. And so they had to escape, even though they saw the town chief and they spoke to him. You see, the thing about it is Senator Johnson is on record for saying that President Weah is not a good president because he has not employed Nimbayans. But this is the same Johnson senator who says that Kuwangba works for President Weah. Kuwangba worked at the Ministry of State without portfolio, but he resigned because he wanted to contest. Senator Johnson should know that more than any other person, that if you work in government, you should resign before you contest. He doesn't care about that. He's telling the Nimbayans, after he did what he did yesterday in an attempt to assassinate Kuwangba, he didn't succeed, but then he comes and do a podcast and say, because if he says somebody died, his people will be concerned, because he's telling them that, oh, the people are against your two senators. The people of Nimba have come to tell you, President Weah this. Does President Weah even know that you're attacking Kuwangba in his town? You said President Weah sent Kuwangba to do what he's doing. President Weah wants to rig election. When has President Weah rigged elections in this country? But you will use President Weah's name only to gain favor from your people. And you think that when you say that, people are going to be sorry for you. But who doesn't know that you are a notorious rebel and you are a human being killer? Who doesn't know that? Even though you parade with the Bible right on your forehead, but you're very notorious for killing people. How do you go to somebody's town, you write a message and tell the person, you know, I'm not coming there, but you plan to go there. You got security. You asked in his own podcast, he said he asked the Minister of Justice for more security. You're going on this man who you have told the night before that, look, I'm not coming there because I've heard that you were doing your campaign there, so I'm not coming there. You send him a text message, and then you call the Justice Minister. You say, the two senators are going to Zole, so we want reinforcement. And they gave you a whole pickup full of, soldiers. There's a girl who was assigned with Senator Johnson who called on the show yesterday on Isaac's show. You know what she said? They attacked us, right? That's what she said. It seems to rape Senator Johnson.
What do you expect?
But she even contradicted herself when she was speaking. She said they attacked us. They brought, they were shooting in this place. So Isaac asked her, who was shooting? She said, we arrested them. She said, we arrested them. So Isaac said, you arrested them or the police arrested them? She said, the police were way behind. So we arrested them and turned them over to the police. Senator Johnson comes and says that when we entered the town, they were throwing rocks at us. You heard Kumwangpa say that he had his first program. He was coming from the second program. He wasn't even with a lot of people, just 2 persons. You attacked them. You didn't go there to do anything. But Kumwangpa said something that Senator Johnson is afraid because he will be a senator and not be a friend of the president. That is what he's afraid of. He has had control. We know during Ellen time, Senator Johnson was a darling boy because he had Nimba County, wrapped around him. President Weah's time, first round, the first elections, fine. But because he decided to be very, very ungrateful, he called former Vice President Joseph Yuma Boaka, one of the lepers.
Where are they now?
I think he's one of them too. If Omen Boaka is one of the 9, he also
you call Boaka a Patrick Kelly man.
Oh, but who doesn't know that from Senator Johnson? It's just a sad, very, very sad story. Because you come here, you say you're a clergyman. You lie here, you lie there. You knew that in this town, in Zole, CDC won this town. He has been so ungrateful to this guy who made Kun. This guy went against Yelu just to make Kun senator. Kun doesn't even talk to him. The same thing they do to Yeke. You can imagine if these kind of people assume leadership in our country, what is going to happen? Because it's like they just use you and dump you. He never talked to this guy. He waited until the first round was over. When he knew that he needs the guy's support, he calls him. The man says, I'm not going to give you my support because I can be as ungrateful as you are. What does he do? He wants to kill the man.
Did
It's sad. It's
Did he former Representative Larry Yonkwe had been a very strong critic of the Weah administration. Senator Johnson made him to believe that the governor of Liberia owed the people of Nimba County up to $9 million in ArcelorMittal returns. Larry Yonkwe said on a live podcast and an interview with several media houses that later did he know that Senator Johnson had received over 6.5 million, something between 5.5 and 6.5, against what was owed in Nimba County. But yet he went to the county, met the caucus, and said that it was because of the government refusal to pay the Nimba County Development Funds, for which he was removing his support from the presidency. Later they did know that it was on the grounds that he wanted personal monies when his coffers had run dry. And the president refused that this is not development. In order for him to develop Nimba or develop Liberia, the money must go to the people. He said that's the reason why I've made ArcelorMittal to open a TVET center to school in Bayans and other young people in that county, 2 roads, 2 other schools and other facilities. Over 12 years, it wasn't the case. This tells you that Senator Johnson is only prying on the ignorance of the people who believes in him, which is very unfortunate. I was saying to you my story, and you listen to Anthony's story. Anthony and I were school there at Stella Marie. He's a very quiet young man. Even when he were at the Ministry of Foreign, the Ministry of State, he was one of the key figures on this how you call it, a bicentennial. Played a major role. He attracted a lot of Liberians, African Americans back to Liberia. A very decent young man. A man in whose blood has got no violence. In as much as he was hurt over what happened in the past as you listened to him, but he had decided that the forward march of his county and his country is pivotal. Nothing surpasses that. Senator Johnson didn't bother this man until he decided to fall in disfavor with the president. His disfavorable action towards the president that led to a breakaway. And let's correct this. Many people say, but since Senator Johnson supported you, President Weah has been the ultimate, utmost reconciliatory leader in our country. He didn't care. He behaved like the people of Rwanda. That's who President Weah has always been. His appetite for reconciliation was proven when he received the Arthur Ashe Award in 2004. His appetite for reconciliation and peace in Liberia was expressed even when he organized fellow professional colleagues and they made a song, Africa Unite. His passion for peace and reconciliation was forged when he came back to Liberia and he joined the army on the DDR process and disarmed some of the very people Prince Johnson and Joseph Boakai gave arms to. So his disengagement from the president's treaty of reconciliation made no significant difference because even in 2017, President Weah garnered 13,000 votes on Nima County on his own. He brought 18. Okay, so leaving
and even without him, since you know,
yeah, we still won
50,000 votes without Prince Johnson.
So I'm only trying to give an attestation of the fact exactly.
That's just
so what Quilpa said here is just who Senator Johnson is. Who was the first to have a Facebook Live video call journalist? Prince Johnson.
Yeah,
and he maliciously lied before cameras that somebody died when even his own mannequin, a mannequin or a puppeteer of a VSB said that nobody died. To tell you that they don't even plan. There's a complete discord.
And more to that, there's nobody in the hospital.
Of course.
That was just a lie.
And he even said Cole was even paying hospital bills. A malicious. So I just told you that this is the man who, when I was a boy,
who sits under him to even preach to
I was 9 years old. I was 9 years old. Every 3 to 4 Sundays, Prince Johnson would come in the church and would go and see the people attacking.
Who does
and
that?
you yes, but while they shoot him, he comes back and the gunfires are down. When you and I know what war is. April 6 started, I was in Morelia College. I saw what happened on Ken Johnson Road and how long it took. But Prince Johnson will come on Sunday and just go, you come back. You say, yes, I saw all. This is the kind of dubious lies that a man who has continuously fooled the people in Nima County will continue to push. And then you sit there, you listen to him and Kuloba on having that discussion. Tell me, young man, to come over.
Is it by force that people join?
Yes, it's by force. You know what? He know the militancy. That's the militant way. That's what the man know.
But of course, because Yellow said that the other time when he was on the radio here, he said, you know, anybody who opposes Prince Johnson, all he does is want to assassinate that person because he feels that he is the only rooster that should crow in Nima County. It is sad because Senator Johnson, you're getting old. You will not be here forever. And you will not continue the way you're continuing, and you don't have other people after you. And you think nobody's going to stand up to you. People are going to stand up to you because the thing you're doing, you're not leading by example. You're not leading by example. There's no way you can, collaborate with people and you stab them in the back, and you think that everybody's going to continue this way. You can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time.
Senator Johnson needs to confess before God the altar the church is got. He needs to ask. I said this before when Bishop Kotu was the president of the Council of Churches when he openly accused the governor of Liberia. He accused the governor of Liberia of involving into ritualism. He didn't even allege it. He said the government. And I said, he need to ask God for forgiveness, because to lie before the church was grievous. So that Johnson, who is a clergyman, he also need to ask God for forgiveness. What he's doing to Liberia and to the people who believe in him is very unfortunate. And you know what? God has a way of revealing these people. You think the international community, you think they don't know Senator Johnson? You think why when you're calling social, remember?
How are they not going to know?
Who answered him?
Who killed those American nuns? Yeah, Senator Johnson knows that he knows that he's wanted. He knows that.
So that's the reason why you hide behind you have president as friend.
Yes, that is why he wants to be very close to power. because any mistake he makes to, go back a little bit, it will be
But
hard for him. That's all.
all
Because so many leaders loves Nima
all of
Kanu.
us belong to Liberia. But the honest truth is, these leaders who have ruled our generation cannot continue to rule our generation. We have already had our children. They continue to lie in our faces, and we support them with taxpayers' monies, elect them into high public offices. At the end of the day, they continue to lie before our faces and reduce us to nothing as if we don't have future. Are we the wheelbarrow totals around here in our own country? When the president said no Liberia will be a spectator in the economy, these are some of the things we were talking about. Open your eyes and elect people that are going to identify with you, that are not going to make you slaves in your own environment. Why are we doing this to ourselves? It's Senator Johnson, and he comes up so quickly and he distances himself.
The person who can do bad, they can be the very first person to come and say,
He didn't even brief Cole to say,
if you tell him, I will tell the person.
He said 4 persons were seriously wounded.
Yeah.
If I were on the way, 1 person died. They went to Sunny Cole, no hospital will take the people. Go ask to go Sunny Cole as a record. You have found 1 record today.
But nobody, that Ganta Methodist.
No, he said from there they took it to Ganta Methodist.
Yeah, nobody is in Ganta Methodist.
Like really?
Nobody is there. That's a big lie he was telling.
That's sad.
Yeah. So let me just, before we come to the ECOWAS press statement, let me just read this. The CDC final victory rally takes place tomorrow, November 12th, 2023. Gather at the following assembly points, then move towards the national headquarters in Congo Town. The assembly of partisans and our supporters will begin as early as 8 at the following locations. A. Final Victory Assembly Point, ELWA Junction, Districts 1, 4, 5, 6, and District number 1 in Margibi County. Assembly Point B, Victory Assembly March Point 3, Nizo Junction, District number 3. Victory Assembly Point 4, Jacobstown Field, District number 2. Assembly Point 5. Then I went to Chicken Soup Factory Junction, Stephen Talbot Estate Junction, Shoe Factory Junction, District number 12. Victory Assembly Point number 6, Small St. Michael, District number 11, Districts 11 and 13. Assembly Point 7, Stoughton Creek Bridge, District number 15. Assembly Point 8, Freeport of Monrovia, and Districts 16 and 17. The people from there will be gathering there. Assembly Point 9, Claratown, Vytown, District number 14. Assembly Point 10, Broad Street, Crown Hill, District number 7. Assembly Point 11, Capital Bypass, District number 8. Point 12, Vamuma, District number 9. Point 13, Vamuma to HQ, District number 10. Prepare boots and berets. Let's lock down Monrovia tomorrow for Wia Tiller landslide victory. So I'll read this again before we leave the show, but that is it. And that is where you are gathering. If you're in any of the districts, you already know where you should gather. Tanya, you want to read this or I should read this?
I can read it if you want.
Okay. So we're going to read the, Tanya is going to read the, Tanya, you're reading it.
Yeah, you can read it because I'm on live. Except if you want me to borrow your tablet.
I don't borrow. Let me try to find it. So go ahead, you can be saying something else until I find that. But
Is it not on the phone? I can read it from there.
let me find it and you read it. Okay, so Kumangpa says I should call him. He's ready. He's in a.
Let's go ahead, please. Yeah.
From him. Let me just call
We
him.
need to
now.
hear from him. The great AK.
Let me try this one first and see. been saying that.
So-
Okay, he's on the line. Mr. Kuompa, good evening. How are you?
How are you?
The great AK. What's up, my
I'm
man?
here with Daniel.
Hey, Daniel, how are you?
My man, what's up, my brother? How goes it?
I'm grateful to God for life tonight.
Happy for you, brother.
What you're hearing in the background as I entered my hometown Zorgo tonight, I was met with jubilant crowd because the information that Senator Johnson and Senator Kuhn have gathered the men to come and finish me off. But I want to use this occasion to let them know they can come. I am where they left me. I will be here until I vote for the president and when I'm prepared to return to Monrovia. Nimba County is where I come from. There is nobody that scares me away from Nimba County, so I'm here today.
Okay, thank you so much, and we wish you all the best in Nimba County there. We hope that you are safe and everything goes well. But we heard Senator Johnson. I got the text from you that Senator Johnson sent to you a day before your program. First of all, I want to know exactly from you, did you have an official program in your hometown yesterday that Senator Johnson knows about?
But the text that I forwarded to you, the recordings that I sent you precipitated what happened, yesterday.
Okay.
There were exchanges between both Senator Johnson and Senator Kuhn about their coming to my hometown, Zwale, yesterday. They were informed by the town chief of my hometown that on Friday, CDC have arranged to have a CDC day in that town called Zwale. And so Senator Johnson called me and said, "Oh, my man, I'm hearing that you want to attack me." I say, your Unity Party and all of you associated with it are very good at lying. I have not spoken with anybody, let alone discuss anything about attacking anybody. Then you say, "Well, Wallo told me, say, you call him." I say, "I have not spoken to this Wallo party in weeks. So how then can he tell you that I am playing something with his knowledge?" That is not possible. And so after several back and forth, Senator Johnson then messaged me the text which you have. That after careful contemplation, the MDRO/Unity Party decided that it was best for them to have the activities in other communities where the presence of CDC was not going to be on yesterday. And then I replied to him and said, "Thanks for your understanding." So we had the understanding that they will go to other community, but not to where our presence would have been, which is Zwale town yesterday. Kiki, to my utmost surprise, the first jeep entered the town. And so I'm on interview, I've been chosen to here, the noise also there. So the first white jeep entered the town. So I went there to try to, after interview, they're coming back and forth. Yeah, man.
Jack, what happened? Jack, Jerry got it. Always come.
One more power, man. Just for no, that one, I'm going to move around. Put it on this other one. To the one outside the light here. Alright. It's full. Wake up. Yeah, so are you people there?
Yeah, we're here, brother. We're here.
And so the first white jeep entered the town, and I became concerned. So I left from where I was sitting with the elders and decided to go to find out which car was that. Because our understanding was the Unity Party wasn't going to stop in the town. If they were passing, they were going to pass through the town. So when on my way to where the car was, I saw the car coming directly towards me. You know, like I was down the president convoy moving, no cars that you can see swerving left, right, and then how the car was moving. But then I realized you were coming directly to me. So I had to jump in the shop of one of my brothers called Tori. And then the car got back on the main road and started heading north towards the other towns in the region. Then I saw some of the Unity Party people walking in the town. So I approached them. One by the name of John Barrier, that is one name I can remember. Other people, I can't remember them. I said, "Mr. Barrier, you people are fully aware that we are having CDC activities here today. You people from the Unity Party should not be here. The only reason you will be here by this time is to cause problems. We do not want problem. Y'all please leave the town and head to where you people are going. I beg you. Because whatever happens here today, they will say, we don't find hometown. But apparently you guys are intent on doing something horrible here today. So they went and said, oh, we're trying to find what people. So the elders in the town asked me to leave the center of the town to go somewhere called Switzerland. I used that occasion to speak to other family members there. Then we started hearing the now convoys are coming towards the town. So I was at Switzerland for a couple of minutes, like maybe 30, 35 minutes like that. Believing that the convoy had passed through the town, I decided to come back on the road. When I got on the field, I realized 4 other cars were still behind coming. Then I saw 2 gentlemen that I know very well. Okay? And I don't want to say they are my friends because my friends would not have done what they did to me later on. So they approached me, one by the name of Ernesto Wallo, used to work with the National Security Agency. And I think he resigned some time ago earlier this year. And the other one called Emmanuel Zor, who currently works at Ministry of Post and Telecommunication. They approached me and said, my man, we're calling you. I said, yeah, I've seen your missed calls. But why are you calling me? My man, we're calling you because today you got to pledge your support to Unity Party. So I said, my man, you're moving here with that joke, man. He said, if you play phone with you, I said, today you pledge your support to Unity Party. I said, my man, you're sick and you're kind and you're leave the time. You're not supposed to be back here in fact. You see all the CDC people all around here. You're kind of back with your convoy here. This is extremely provocative. People are not supposed to be here. Man, I said, you pledge your support today. So we walked and we got closer to one of my brothers in the town there called Jack Vassy's shop. There was parked a pickup, one Land Cruiser pickup with Senator Kuhn picture and Ambassador Baka picture all on it. As soon as we got to that pickup, my sister TD, and Ernesto Wallo and Emmanuel Zor turned and said, "You're arrested. Excuse me, I'm about to say what I want to say, but I have to say it verbatim, so people hear exactly those words that were uttered to the people that they instructed." They arrested motherfucker. He doesn't want to submit. Are you people there?
Yeah.
So you're arrested motherfucker. He doesn't want to submit to the paper. He doesn't want to submit. You're arrested motherfucker. In split second, 4 gentlemen jumped out from the car with bastion, pepper spray, and everything. The first one had a blue CDC cap, just drop on the ground. He was coming back for the second time to smack me in my face. I put my finger in my hand, my left hand, so he hit my left thumb with a baton. So I said, oh, gentlemen, you don't harm me. He knows that Ernesto Wallo came, punched me in my chest. I went behind. So then I realized that I have to defend myself, right? So I hit Ernesto Wallo. He went back to the market. The 4 of them came out to wrestle me to the ground. It was when my people, the 2 of the beginning out with me and other people, my uncle and I working with me, realized that this was a dangerous situation for me. That's how they all jumped into the fight. Then my town people realized that I was under attack. At that point, all hell broke loose. Whatever we had at our disposal, particularly rocks and sticks, were now used on the entire convoy. Whatever one, the people could bust the window, we tried to bust it, and they got me away from that crowd, and I rushed in the forest. Because then everybody realized that the focus now was Anthony Knopper, that they came there purposely for me. But thank God, the people were able to get me away from there, and they took me in the forest, and then they throwing of rocks, the pepper spray more than 10-15% in my hometown. The fire live ammunition in Zwale, the fire tear gas in Zwale. Oh my God, just because they told gentlemen, it's always awesome, man. My Jeremiah Kuhn and Johnson security.
Did you see? Did anyone get hurt as a result?
So now we started hearing. Let me finish. Then I will get to that.
Okay.
So in that part now, I'm in the forest now. Every all the time we hearing gun sound all around from the Prince Johnson security people. So the convoy went towards where they said they were going. In about 2 minutes, Senator Johnson called my phone and said, "Oh, your people shot at me on my security." And I would say verbatim. I told Senator Johnson, "You are a bloody liar. You brought men here to harm me, and Ernesto Wallo and Emmanuel Zor led the men to harm me." So I said, "Senator Johnson, say you brought people to kill me in my hometown. Wherever you're going, when you come back, Prince Johnson will die today in home. Those were my exact words to him. All right? I said, you all will die right here today when you come back. I don't know that put a lot of fear in him. The convoy, wherever they were going, they turned around and came with heavy speed, shooting through the town with tear gas, pepper spraying people that passed through and went, I'm told, to Sani Kole and onward to Ganta. Within 20 minutes, the Unity Party propaganda machinery was at play. Anthony Kuyompa attacked Senator Johnson and Queen. The next thing, all the different radio stations. I wasn't surprised though when Spoon made it a headline discussion because all Spoon looked for is anything about the CDC.
That's anti-administration.
Any verification. Without any due diligence, they have a discussion about Anthony Kuyompa. But let me tell you who Anthony Kuyompa is. I've lived in Liberia all my life, except for 1 or 2 years in exile and about 7, 8 years in the U.S. when I went to school.
Yep.
Came back to Liberia in 2015, worked with former President Sirleaf, resigned, contested in 2017. They now win thanks to Senator Johnson campaigning against me. President Weah retained me. I worked with President Weah up to February this year when I resigned to contest in this election again.
Yep.
I didn't win thanks to Senator Johnson and full effort to ensure that as long as this Senator Johnson no proper name will rise up his name as where he has succeeded in this time, but he cannot succeed perpetually. Alright? And so there is no single human being in the Republic of Liberia who will say to you, Anthony Kuyompa has any semblance of violence.
I'm a witness.
I have lived my life respecting the laws of the Republic of Liberia and respecting my integrity and my image as a human being. Very few people know what role I play in government in this country. I have respected myself and respected everybody I've interacted with. So for a desperate senator who has been elected, will be senator for 27 years, a senator in Jeremiah who is senator for 9 years, is running out his 3rd year and has 6 additional years, to be desperate for power to the extent that they will say, if you come from Nimba County, it is compulsory that you be with Unity Party. Well, Anthony Kuyompa does not subscribe to that garbage, because for me, George Weah is the best alternative for this republic at this moment. And so my support, and those of my supporters who believe in my ability, will be voting for President Weah. Let me also say something to you people. The region that I come from gave President Weah significant vote in the first round of the election. So then the Unity Party has this plan. And the plan is to instill fear in our people so that on Tuesday, they will not have the appetite to turn out to vote for the president. But what they have failed to realize is to walk into the hometown of a young man, a peaceful young man, exercising his constitutional right to support whoever he believes is best for our republic. You come in attacking your home and believe you will scare his people. Well, today our entering Zorgo week tonight, I was met with thousands of people in jubilant fashion and waiting me to come to my house.
Wow.
The laws that you hear out there were people who went towards the bridge to welcome me into the town. Well, Senator Johnson, Senator Kuyompa is very strong and is standing in Nimba County. He is not going anywhere. You can come back with all your commandos. I am here. I will not go anywhere. And I will support President Weah, and my people will go for President Weah. So this is the summary of what happened yesterday.
Okay.
All the trash that you are hearing or seeing on social media are make-up stories to fit the propaganda machinery of the Unity Party people. But that has certainly nothing to do with the repetition of Anthony Kuyompa. Even those in the Unity Party, at the very highest level, in their own closet, will know and say to themselves, Senator Johnson has done wrong to this young and peaceful man, because all my life There can never be a moment that anyone will say, at this time, Anthony Kyompa exhibited any semblance of violence.
Okay, quick 2 questions. Did anybody get hurt yesterday as a result of the violence?
So immediately after that, Senator Johnson ran to the media and said 6 persons died. Up to present, we are asking for the bodies. We can't find them. They said people were shot, cars were shot at. They have failed to produce pictorial evidence of any vehicle being shot at. But then the question is, how can defenseless people who fought back with rocks and sticks have guns in their hand when they were violently attacked in their home? I can tell you this for a fact. If I had yesterday, trust me, I would have defended myself to the best. All right? Unfortunately, and fortunately for them, we have to defend ourselves with rocks and sticks in my hometown, Zwale. While they had the upper hand with all the weapons, they entered my hometown with almost 30 vehicles. 2 vehicles filled with men armed.
Why do you think they went there to assassinate you?
That is exactly what everyone now believes.
Why would Senator Johnson want to assassinate you?
Because in Senator Johnson's mind, no prominent son or sons of daughters from this county must step up for what they believe in. We are supposed to somehow subscribe
what he wants.
to the diabolical way of things in this county led by Senator Johnson. I do not subscribe to that.
Why do you think, because the recording we played earlier after the first rounds of the elections, Senator Johnson called you to smoke peace pipe. Do you think his call was just to make you come on his side and then dump you again?
But that's exactly who he is, but he failed to realize this Kyompa understands the nitty-gritties of things. That call was principally placed to buy sympathy from Anthony Kyompa so that we work together for the second round. And I was very clear with Senator Johnson as you listen to that recording. And I told him, if you want to talk upper and son discussion, yes, we can have that. But once it comes to politics, my decision to support the president is unequivocal.
Do you think Senator Johnson is capable of harming you?
He is capable of harming anybody in this republic because he seems very desperate. The fact that you will go to a town, not a big town, you go there with 30 plus vehicles. You have about 5 of those vehicles armed to the teeth. You got tear gas, you got pepper spray, you got batons, you got single barrel and all that in your car. Why are you going to a town with defenseless people that prepared? It means you went there for a purpose. Now, they're passing around with pictures of young men from my hometown that they arrested as if they are state security now, after they pepper sprayed those young men. After the pepper sprayed those young guys, took them and put them in their pickup butt where they have all their single barrels. It was like those people were coming to obliterate the town of Zwale yesterday. That's how prepared they came.
So where are those men who were arrested by them?
The boys are now to the Sanikole police station because of the propaganda from the Unity Party, where anyone who cannot try to analyze things a little bit, they're feeling enough for all the story on social media. If you're talking to me today, without speaking to me, if you are somebody who will not analyze things that people say to you, you will believe that this Anthony Kyompa is the most weakest person in this country. He's a killer. He is all sorts of things. I am a father of 2 biological children and many more that I am adopting every single day. There is never a single day in my life I've raised my arm against anybody. From my days on 2 Safi, to my time in Africa, to my time in the United States of America, and presently, there is nobody.
Do you think Senator Johnson, Mr. Kwankwa, do you think Senator Johnson's action yesterday is going to deter people from your town not to vote for President Weah or not to even come out on election day to vote because...
Well, he has done the exact opposite. As I speak to you, this town that I'm in has about 1,800 plus registered voters. And I'm telling you, they came out in their hundreds tonight to with me on the road from Sanigoli. That tells you the enthusiasm that people have. If Senator Johnson and Senator Kun felt they are coming to my hometown to eliminate me or to stoke fear into my people, we'll send them away from the polls on Tuesday. They've done the exact opposite because the people are more enthusiastic about President Weah's election because they understand with the election of Joseph Boakai, it is the total elimination of Anthony Kwankwa from the face of Liberia. That is something that they will get up in the morning on Tuesday and go so forcefully to the ballot to support the president and vote for him on Tuesday.
Why is Senator Kun, this hateful to you when we heard that you were very instrumental in getting him to the senatorial seat where he occupies today?
That's the nature of Senator Kun I have come to find out. Senator Kun needs you. He does whatever he can to get you to serve a particular purpose. Once he's done, you are no longer relevant to him. The fact that that senator can sit on radio and say he saw me yesterday with Ghana to him tells me and tells every well-meaning Nigerian the mindset of such a person. I have never seen a young man that desperate for political power to the extent he's prepared to damage the image of a young man who stood against the death in time in this region in 2020 to support him. The region that I come from decided overwhelmingly to support Garci Yelu in 2020. Anthony Kwankwa stood up and said, Kun is the choice. And I defended Kun against all odds in this country. Even risking votes in many communities in this one election because of that support that I gave to Senator Kun. This is the very Senator Kun, having entered my hometown well armed, brutalized me and my people, talked to the radio station and said to people he saw me with one shooting at his car. Ergo, why should human beings be that devilish? Why should human beings be that ungrateful? Senator Kun, Anthony Kwankwa, you're talking about like that today on radio?
Worst case,
you're so desperate and want to be vice president in this country?
Worst case scenario where Senator Kun to become vice president in Liberia. Tell me, what do you think is going to happen?
I will have to go into exile because I have become enemy number one to Senator Kun and Senator Prince Johnson. Therefore, I cannot find a country in Liberia where Kun is vice president still for me. So I will have to go into exile.
Any other thing you have to say so that we can let you go?
I just want the people of Liberia to know, and please, you can do an opinion poll on the life of Anthony Kwankwa in this republic. Do an opinion poll at all the radio stations across Liberia. Who is Anthony Kwankwa? And let people tell you about me and the life I've lived in this country. For these desperate people to try to malign my character that I've suffered to build over the years, it is the most disheartening thing I've ever encountered in life. I've even seen one or two of my friends that I grew up with being blinded by their judgment, so clouded by politics, that they are siding with these desperate people and spreading misinformation about Anthony Kwankwa. This is pathetic. This is unacceptable. This is appalling. It should not happen in this republic. People should not destroy other people because the person has decided to support who that person wants to support. That is the situation we have here. But as for what I'm in Nimba County.
Mr.
I'm not
Kwongba,
expected to leave.
sorry,
Yeah.
let me end on this note. Let me ask you this question. The president got 50,000 plus of the votes in Nimba County. Well, Senator Johnson has been a little bit silent since Edith Gungwe, Madam Ware, joined the coalition to support President Ware. Give me your own, thoughts about what you think is going to happen following Tuesday's polls. Is President Ware going to maintain the 50,000? Is he going to go down? Is he going to go upwards? What do you think?
So, well, the tactic employed by the Unity Party is meant to stoke fear in the supporters of President Weah. That's strategy number one. They've also decided to bring about this very hateful politics, as if the people of Benjida and the people of Nimba County are now at war. And you know the purpose for which Senator Johnson would do that is because he believes he can rally the support of Nimba County, Nimba County, to go for his candidate. But Senator Johnson must understand, this is a new dispensation. I'm not saying every Nimbayan, but a Nimbayan like me, a consistent human being, do not subscribe to that. In one of those recordings that I sent you, when you try to talk about the very divisive politics, Benjida and Nimba County, I was very clear with him. If you listen to that recording, I told him, Senator Johnson, I have got nothing to do in whatever travel politics you are trying to play. Because you, Senator Johnson, on the record for telling the people of Liberia the reason for the war in Liberia was because of the ill treatment of General Kurumpa, your brother. You, Senator Johnson, is also on the record for telling the people of the Republic of Liberia that Thomas Kurumpa was responsible for the deaths of 1,000 people. And therefore, his son can never be elected in this country.
What a contradiction.
So that explains Senator Prince Johnson for you. He says A right now in 1 second, he says B. But what he doesn't realize is, ever since 2017, I have never trusted him. And so every discussion between us was always documented because I knew one day he will become the Prince Johnson that I know him to be. And I will have evidence to show to people who he is. And so if you go through all the information I've shared with you, you will see that the attack on me and my people yesterday, Israeli, was a calculated thing by Senator Chukwu and Senator Johnson on my life. But God being God enabled me to survive, and my people are okay except for the 4 or 5 young men that are at the police station right now. Those young men are being held against their will for defending themselves against people who were well armed. That's what they are there for. And we are doing everything to ensure they are released so that they go and cast their vote for the president. Those are all voters of the president. The play of Senator Kuhn and Johnson in Swale yesterday, my hometown dear president, we are almost 1,000 votes on October 10th. So when you start to do these things and start to arrest people, their friends get intimidated, their friends feel afraid, they get discouraged, and they don't turn out on election day. That is the intent of all that you see happening. As for Anthony Kurumpa, Senator Johnson and Kuhn led, they can bring their whole battalion to Zwale on Tuesday. I will be the first on the line to vote so that I can do my full washing for the president to make sure we win Zwale for the president yet again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Kumwangba, and we wish you all the best. Please stay safe.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, my sister.
Thank you very much, bro. All right.
Thank you.
Well, I need not say anything again.
I think you heard it yourself.
Can you just read the press statement from ECOWAS, and then we open up the lines?
So, fellow Liberians, we're going to read to you a press statement done by ECOWAS against a reckless press release that was done by Mo Ali of the Unity Party. We want you to listen to this because I know many of you must have read or listened to the press release that he did, accusing the West African nations that have sent representatives here to monitor our elections. So we're going to read it, and you will have your say. We'll open the line before we say anything to it. So it reads, the ECOWAS observer mission to the presidential election in Liberia has noted with regret the reckless statement made by Mo Ali, national campaign spokesperson of the Unity Party, on his Facebook post of November 10th, 2023, stating that the ECOWAS observer mission had been influenced by US 150,000 to declare a purportedly rigged election as transparent, free, and fair. The ECOWAS mission takes strong exception to this scurrilous statement, which puts at risk the safety and physical integrity of the ECOWAS observers from across West Africa who have come to accompany the good people of Liberia in this pivotal election. The ECOWAS observer mission calls on the leadership of the Unity Party to denounce the statement made by its national campaign spokesperson that seeks to denigrate the image of ECOWAS. The ECOWAS observer mission challenges Mo Ali to prove this scurrilous accusation or publicly withdraw it immediately and tender an unqualified apology. Failing this, the ECOWAS observer mission and the ECOWAS Convention reserve the right to employ all necessary measures to hold him personally accountable for his utterance. The ECOWAS mission urges all citizens of Liberia to deepen the positive outcome of the October 10, 2023 elections by remaining focused in living up to their civic responsibilities towards the November 14th, 2023 presidential runoff. In this regard, the ECOWAS observer mission counts on the people of Liberia to disregard such falsehoods perpetrated by individuals who may seek to derail the positive democratic gains made by Liberians. The ECOWAS observer mission wishes to assure the good people of Liberia of its complete neutrality towards the contestants in the November 14th presidential runoff. The mission further reaffirms a total commitment to a credible, inclusive, and peaceful electoral process in Liberia, in accordance with its mandate under Article 12 and 13 of the ECOWAS Supplementary Protocol on Democratic Good Governance, done in Monrovia, November 11, 2023. So that's a regular TG. You know, TG, let me just come in on this one. When you become a templated politician, we were in high school, we had a segment of us who could come. You just memorize, you have to pass. The how Mo Ali is looking, especially Mo Ali. If Mo Ali had 1% idea of what ECOWAS is, the same regard you gave to the United States of America, that is our traditional ally. The Economic Community of West African States is a constitution of several African states. Okay? When we talk about what? Whose budget is even way above the bar of our national budget. Okay? And the people that were sent as observers here are people of high public repute, fair reputational people. For you,
I mean, because he working government for 2 years.
No, you know nothing.
He's still renting.
No, he's a geek. You know, it's on the opposite side. You know, and for you to even be brave to accuse these people of receiving 150,000. If you look there, of Fatal, the other person, he's a PhD holder. He earns way more than that money. And reduce these people a whole. You're talking about 16 countries in West Africa.
Why would Mo Ali not reduce his
people? And up to present, former Vice President Bouaka is yet to say anything. Not cool, but cool is there in Nima County trying to assassinate a young man who
he says should support him, and he says no, I'm not going to support you.
You see, fellow Liberians
to assassinate him.
Yes, fellow Liberians, this is the nature of desperation expressed by these people. Mo Ali being a spokesperson of a party that was partially dead, that was resuscitated over a period of time, will have the audacity. He cannot even protect himself if these people decide to file a lawsuit against him. And you go against 16 countries in West Africa, accusing them of receiving 150,000 to announce. You see, these are some of the scare. You know, the limited scarecrow tactics is now being extended to the ECOWAS.
Yeah.
Why they couldn't carry foolishness to US embassy or the United States of America? Because you know, obviously, when they do nonsense here, they want to run there. It's a disgrace, and they will have. And it is upon them now to do the right thing, because this is an embarrassment. It is also a full exposure of the limitation and the desperation.
Yeah.
And incompetence.
Yeah, it shows how ignorant.
Exactly.
He is.
Really?
And how desperate he is
Really?
for having stayed in power for 12 years. You're still renting, and so you would think that these people will come and take one.
Complete recklessness.
What is that?
Complete recklessness.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Really? Wow.
Ambassador Boaka, the people are waiting for you to withdraw this, to say something about this.
He will never say anything.
Say something about that.
He saw that
The kind of
release.
people you have around you, it just tells what you're going to do if you're given power in this country. These people just come up, cause confusion, butt naked, will get out in the street and carry gangs all around and say he got rescue soldiers.
For 5
You
days
will
now.
have Mosio and Twer come
Yeah.
on a live podcast and spew rubbish all
Yeah,
around the
just in
place.
5 days.
Yeah, and you will not say anything.
Consistently.
People died in Lofa County. You
Yeah.
said there was no, as far as I'm concerned, there is no sedition here. So you don't care about that. You heard Prince Johnson.
He
say that.
He said, "Oh, no more be the town." He said, "Oh, no more be the town."
Yeah, but only
sedition. So sedition were dogs.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? And you will not say anything. At least he went to the mosque on Friday after we talked and talked. Abu Bakr came here and he said, You've never identified with the Islamic community. You were forced
And he
to
put you on
go.
the trial and said, "Just watch it.
Yeah,
you will go."
the guy said
And he
it.
went, just to tell you
Wow.
the limitation that even the people that advise us around this standard bearer has got. Okay, and that release, he saw that release before it was even put out. He supported that release to be placed out. A school in all of its so much know all didn't say a word about that. But they were able to carry the malicious lie against Anthony Okoye yesterday.
My man, what do you expect from
You see?
Spoon? Who is Witherspoon? Who is he? He sits over there every day and spew lies every day because he doesn't have any fear. The same America he sits in, he gives people fake documents to go and kill people in the hospitals there. And he's still sitting on Spoon Talk and
America is indeed one of the greatest countries in the world.
He doesn't care.
They are hiding behind the First Amendment to create problems in our country because the freedom of speech for them, they can say any nonsense they want to say. At the end of the day, it becomes law and gospel. But at least thank God, the ambassador that left made it very clear that there are Liberians in America that are abusing the U.S. First Amendment, which of course is very wrong. Okay, up to present, imagine a whole party accusing 16 countries in Africa that sent a representation to our elections to observe. There has always been a tradition of taking 150,000. You know how much is Ghana's budget? Even the men who come in, you know how much you earn a year as even a professional?
But I think got him more listen.
Really?
We're gonna open up the lines. If Joseph Yumon Boaka, you have Benin Ayure who took care of the CPP. It didn't go down in ruins. You have Cummings took care of the CPP when he held the chairmanship. It was okay. When it came to Unity Party,
They see no ally in a group after the film meeting. They put people together. Boo Cummings, call Cummings a rogue. Carry put live.
When I say anything,
He never said anything.
Happening.
He never said
How do
anything.
you rescue the country like that?
But you know, many Liberians, but you see, it's unfortunate. These Liberians that are following Boaka, apparently they just have, maybe it's just a personal difference they have with the president. Because to even think about the fact that people will know these things that these guys are doing and believe that they are the alternative after everything this president has done.
The person
Really?
who's even leading them, who says, I am the rescue, how do they call him? Rescue one. How do these people just go about causing all of this confusion and you don't say anything?
Did the bad guy, before
Elections are Tuesday. I'll see whether Ambassador Boaka is going to say anything about
He
what
won't say
happened
nothing.
to ECOWAS. If that's the same thing, then
maybe because we're talking now, we flag it. They're going to talk about it because the same thing we do here with him going to the mosque. We have to talk about it here before we went to the mosque. Maybe Liberians don't know.
I can imagine. What did he say at the mosque on Friday?
You ever saw the picture? He sat in a corner, and I saw like the imam. He sat in a corner, almost asleep, and the imam was yes.
Yeah.
Even what he wore tells you that he just bought it. He had nothing Islamic that we resemble culture to wear. It's unfortunate. No, this kind of malicious, make believing it's kind of wrong.
Because
the preaching you're doing, it's not him.
It's fake.
It's not him.
Really, really fake.
You know how he felt sitting in the mosque?
I don't care to know, but the thing is fake.
Because he didn't even want to be there. Let's just go take the phone and go. This is too unfortunate.
Eric Satila.
Good evening. How are you, Mama?
Good.
And Mr. Good evening to Daniel. This is the voice of Eric Satila. Thank you for the recognition behind the LCD show. I joined the conversation from District 3 Most around the county. Since today, we have persistently said this to our people. This rescue ticket is not a rescue ticket. It is a risky ticket. The only thing you find amongst them is the desperation for power. We told them, we have been telling our people over and over, these people are desperate, plunderers, and pillagers. Nothing else they want is to get power back. The only thing we have to do now is to prepare ourselves, put all we can on Tuesday to our people. Whether you eat in the morning, you eat just bread your money, you drink water, go stay in the land, vote for President Weah. This is the only way we can maintain the state of this country. This is the only way we can maintain peace and progress in the country. Nothing else will get over. Buhari has always been putting his in the situation again, and today again put his in the situation again, and you see the kind of thing.
I know, man. Thank you, sir.
Always in a situation.
Like I put it in another way. Oh my God.
Hello, caller. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening to you, caller.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening. Let's hear from you, please.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you very much. This is Julius Severi. Allah Jovia Pekin. Joining from Bangladesh County.
Okay, Julius. Let's hear from you, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Our former past president has been respected for the past years, but now he's allowing for some of these hooligans, young people, to indoctrinate with violence. And I think he has succumbed to them, and he has subscribed to their notes of violence. This country will not be plunged into violence anymore again. So if Mo Ali can come out to look at ECOWAS and bring an allegation against them, Mo Ali is very, very brave, and these are people who are just overpowered, who just want to come and loot this country again, but we will not sit there and allow that to happen again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Good evening, caller.
Hello?
Yes, good evening to you. Let's hear from you, please.
Hey, how you doing today? How you doing, Luke?
Good.
Yeah, let's hear from you.
Yeah, this is Edmond Carr. We do have a say for the re-election president. We are in of Duboro.
Hey, Ed, let's hear from you, brother.
These are all tactics. That fact we need to seriously take it into consideration because they are doing it so that we'll be able to scare us away. But let me say that to the Nigerian people, nobody can do your gene thing. All you need to do, turn your voting card, remote the place where you place it, early Tuesday morning before the break of dawn, take your voting card, go to the pool, cast your vote for the president. If I'm here, I'm visually impaired, take your campaign started, I've been advocating for the re-election of the president. I've been encouraging people, family members, and friends to turn out to vote. I'm not afraid. You don't need to be afraid. For me, I'm not afraid because they are the wicked people that you ever see in this country. And this is why if you continue to be new and allow the people that are around you to control you, this is why Bokar don't find himself. Because of Mo Ali who don't have no control of himself. He will come out, he put out a reckless statement against our brother in the South region. That is far. That is not his. You should not even allow everyone to come up with a statement before he got to come out. You should have come out earlier to come up with a statement for Danny, that thing that they did.
I agree with you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I like that. They can do a jing thing. That's a fear, scare tactics. Nobody's stupid here.
You busy?
Yeah, busy, yeah.
Yeah, my name is Gregory Daddy calling from Bonampa. Yeah, brother, you're thank you for the show. Yeah, but I keep on hearing from my sister that you people in Nigeria are greedy for power. Then they are not greedy. You people are greedy. Why they can resign from the power and you people over?
What do you call resign from the power? What do you call resign from the power? No. They are greedy. They are hustlers. What do you call resign? Is that how elections are held? Is that what our constitution says?
My man, there is a democratic process that takes you to the ballot.
You got nothing to say.
Hello, caller.
I will always say they are desperate. They are desperados. I would say that they are greedy for power.
Because you don't even know a constitution. What you call resign? There's a constitutional process that leads you to election. If you are threatening people and you accuse ECOWAS of taking money, it means that you're desperate.
What you call resign?
You don't even know the constitution that leads to election. You talk about XYZ. We don't have serious matter to call. You don't call on the phone. Hello, caller.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening to you, caller. Let's hear from you, please.
Very appreciative for the high level of competition this evening. So one thing I want to say to the Latin people, the main worker, Honorable Buaka, is no strange person to us. He does not have any leadership ability. He does not have any record of leadership ability. From the day he took over the Unity Party, the Unity Party has never been structured. He joined the ANC or he joined the CPP, he was the fragmented CPP. So he does not have any leadership ability. So we really want to discuss the leadership with our future leadership. So that's what I'm here to start. I don't want to discuss the between workers. But when it comes to the issue of born liquid, just tell us born liquid, man, the people that you are trained, that they can number 13 must send us to come branch order. Waiting for them, that here they must come. We're waiting for them, let them come here. So let's get number 13. People that born liquid say it's trained. I hear you must wait them. We're waiting for them. Yeah?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, they're waiting for you in District 17. You must go there. Go carry your people there.
Hello? Yeah, I'm Anthony from the police for Barrow. Yeah, first of all, I want to say sorry to Anthony for whatever things he went through. Anyway, I don't know, is there a lack of teaching that way and to control the activity to sponsor contribute to feel for people who want people. There's nobody a lack of quality to go and get to look at it. That's better to share than we have to whatever level. But now we look at the train or people of the country, so when they study the people of the country, I want to know where they look at the people who are there. And if our people, our leaders that in the country that are going to the election, they're expected to go to state and police. The police are asking to go to state police to protect the people of the country. They have to say, I'm not going to say, go out there. So I don't know how to get to the state.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. They'll be okay. They'll be just fine. That's just scare tactics. Nobody's going to be afraid. We'll go to the polls and vote for President Weah. They will be there. Let them sit down there and think that they can scare people. They're waiting for you, butt naked, in district number 17. Carry your
rescue children.
Carry them there. You the security man for the state now. Hello. I think I will scare people here.
Caller, hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Let's hear from you. Okay, my brother. Let's hear from you, please.
Thank you ever so much for the show.
You're welcome.
The people of Liberty, we have resolved of voting for President. We have. Look, we're not going to start picking the bag here in this election process. Workers took up there. They don't come to all the rock campaign instead of to come and talk blah 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 blah. Look, good thing we tell hey, you were there as a senator who don't even know, you not even come down to Liberty or even to Sano, and you say you hear from the southeastern region because you want power, so you come to the today. And we are saying no.
You are not there.
Yeah, saying this brother say, oh, you're not able to come because the race bad, so then just remain up there. So we are saying how food that is full now for Jovia. So then remain here, and then we are here.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Call us on the don't use the other line. Let's find that balut clip I want to play. If I don't play it and I go from this show today, I will not have an opportunity to play that. Find me the balut clip, please. We're gonna play that before we end the show. call on the 0770-1926-96. I'm not taking call
Yeah,
from
that
the
line is bad.
landline. It's very, very bad. I'm not taking call from there. 0770-1926-96.
Look, God don't like ugly.
That one had a sustain, yeah.
The same man who
Big,
took
yeah.
himself to have a podcast and talk recklessness about this government, or supporting the issue of gay rights in this country. This is a man who went if fellow listeners, audience, if you ever saw that video, he was so ashamed that hugging the person that was closer to him as a place of comfort, and he dragged himself like a child. John Balut, this is enough for you to understand that the people are tired with your reckless statement. You people have opportunity to lead in this country. You have misled our people. Look, let me tell you something. The dispensation of Liberians today are enlightened over the errors of yesterday. They too deserve a better place. The people of mainland, they are not cabbages or cabbage that can be cooked in stew. Okay? They are the farmers that will produce the cabbage that you will cook. Alright? You had 9 years and did nothing for these people. Their children could not go to Tamil University. Today you sit here, a man who provides opportunity for them.
Free.
People of America, they will come to Monrovia to buy gasoline, fuel, to take there. MOPP have no palm refinery. This president has made all of these things relevant. You take yourself in your abject failure to denigrate the president's success in the county. That's what you get. Go and sit down by your friend Barney, who went to church with 1,000 people. He carried 20,000 thinking that God bad the people, and they put in the same way.
People too hungry now.
Yes, it's a disgrace for you people. You both should be enlightened by now, and you should put your tails between your legs and go and sit down, because this is no longer about you. It's about the future of Liberia. You live in our dispensation. You have lived your generation. We live in our generation. You think we are crazy people to allow you to continuously control our generation? No. President Wia is the future of our generation. The man is the person. He's making the way for the future. You are the past. Not just the past, but the rejected past.
And the failed past.
The rejected past.
The failed past.
You, the likes of Baka, all you people, it's just unfortunate. Young brothers and sisters of Mo Ali and other people are following their failed people of Baka because of their unselfish interest. But they know that those people are the failed past. And we cannot allow that failed past to interfere with the positive future that will lead to a positive person, that will lead to a prosperous future. We disagree with that. So, Balut, sorry, my brother. Go smoke a cigarette and relax. You don't deserve it.
Balut is sweet for you. You sat right in Logan Town, and you were defying everybody. And you said you will go to Maryland County and you will make that change. The people waiting for you are not going to River G. They were waiting for you there. You said you were going.
But around the 18, I know that's part of only 18.
Go there.
The disgrace of the 18.
It's a shame that you sat down here for 9 years on Capitol Hill enriching yourself at the detriment
Making
of those people.
15,000 plus every month.
Over there building all the hotels here and doing nothing for Maryland County.
Keeping the poor children in poverty.
You think that those people are going to vote for you when they see President Weah, who is making their lives better? Really?
Reckless people.
How do you people think that the people will just remain that way?
Yeah.
Panin. Anyway, somebody gave you an advice. They told you that you and Balu, your children, your children will not even vie for any position in those in our county, and they will even get it because of your attitude towards them.
But the children are even there.
They will come back. You don't see them come back. Hello.
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 Good evening, caller.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Let's hear from you quickly.
Yeah, this is Ibrahim Freeman calling for issue number 4.
Okay, Abraham. Let's hear from you, Abraham.
Employer for the show tonight.
Okay.
Basically, we are working on the re-election of President Weah, and we actually waiting to see that to come to pass, and we know that those people they can't make it. And more especially to go to Nimba, Prince Johnson, who is just there in his self-interest to just enrich himself, not taking care of the masses. And we will go campaign against Prince Johnson and his Joseph Boaka. They will never and ever win election come 2023 November 15th.
Thank you.
So,
thank you so much, caller.
Thank you for.
Caller, good evening to you. Good evening.
Hello. I have to try this.
Caller, good evening to you. Good evening, caller.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Let's hear from you, please.
Hello?
Yes, hello to you. Let's hear from you.
Hello?
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 You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm Jamie Agami Aris.
James, go ahead. You're live. On the other people that want to call. You call, you make your point, please.
Yes, sorry, I was not getting you. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Make your point, please.
I say I'm Jamie Agami Aris near joining from District 6.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Yeah, I want you people to do me a request, please.
What's the request?
I want you people to please tell Senator Prince Johnson, born again, and nobody's to begging like here again.
Okay.
They already know, Papa. Don't hear him. They already know.
They're listening to you already.
Hello?
They're listening to you. You just gave them a request. Okay, let's hear from you, sir.
I want to say that the United Party that what they are doing is very much bad. And will not give a chance. Who is member of the UCC into the body? We are sending back to book against them massively. So they know that they are here and our son will never leave us behind. We're voting, November 14, to make him to be the best man in the country.
Thank you very much. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Hello, caller. Good evening to you.
Good evening, my name is Frida Bobola, calling from Mapasi.
Okay, Frida. Let's hear from you, Mama.
Thank you for the show.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much for the show. Thank you for educating us every day about our president, about the good things that he's doing. The opposition, and we know they are playing. We know what they want. They are hungry people. They want to come back. You were where you got it for all that long time. You won't tell me now you want to do nothing for themselves after 12 years because they see the all people working on their own pay the put in a good you they put in a they call it young Jenny. Now I'm more Ali they won't come back.
Cancel out my power. Only thing I want to be more Ali Bao. He stay renting after 12 years.
After 12 years, me body home and here I pay my own They are only working government. They are not paying my own cost.
Okay, ma.
Nobody listening to you, ma.
Just
spreadness. That was can you get writing whole lot of things all over the place.
Nah. You see them whole ECOWAS. Even you want to put your more on people.
I tell you,
put your more on other people.
16 countries. 16 countries.
That was God making it to say things that people will really know that they're desperate for their power.
Oh Lord, you couldn't have said it any better, man.
Now God helping us that
of course.
The same thing that God will make people, the whole international community will know that more and you they are very desperate to come to power. Yeah, thank you for the show. I listen to you. Thank you very much.
Okay, dear sister. Thank you very much too for calling.
You my caller for the night.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good evening, caller.
Yeah, my name is Catherine Smith.
Okay, Catherine, welcome. Let's hear from you.
I want to tell the United Party or what opposition or who they are that we are not stupid. We see no change in them. You cannot take all things and come and bring it to us and say you bring change to us. President Eugene Falcon that says government.
Hey, my sister, we call her.
Hello?
You can call back if you have the time.
You're going off. Hello?
Hello, is it YBG?
You're live or you're busy, sir. Let's hear from you.
Okay, I'm Pastor Carr calling you from Janesville.
Okay, Pastor, let's hear from you this evening.
Yes, I appreciate all of you that are always monitoring your show. One thing I just want to stress here is that whatever that is being here in this country, God will still reveal to us.
Amen.
Those things the opposition are doing, they just desperate, but you don't have anything on leadership. You don't want to believe people that you know called prayer, always threatening the peace of this country. But God will reveal all their hidden agenda before the election over.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Good evening, caller. Fine, thank you, sir. Let's hear from you this evening.
Yeah, I'm calling from Bangladesh.
Okay, Mama.
I'm asking you to pick this up. History number 3 to turn into lawmakers.
Okay, let's talk to all one time.
Yeah, I want to tell the opposition that nobody is stupid in your country. Yeah, we are not stupid anymore. In the country, across the block, we are not stupid. Nobody will fool us for any reason. Nobody will fool us and say they will bring war, the whole years, and other things I would not go for President George Manuel. We are. Some of the things that I would not be seeing, we can only see on TV. I want President the Lord to see it. The Lord to see what they call left.
Yep.
Really to our left. Then they won't stop it. You went to agriculture minister, you went to Paris, you went to many government agencies in abroad. When you get voter, then you want to be president for abroad. You are president for 12 years, you're not able to be nothing for your win time. You want to come out, you're candidate for win time, then you want to be president for abroad. You rescue. How can you rescue?
Thank you, sir.
You know what is stupid here.
Okay, my brother. Thank you very much. Good evening. Yes, good evening, caller.
Let me say good evening, Daniel, and good evening, City.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome.
It may remain Jerry P. and the original purpose developed for Port County.
Okay, Jerry.
No, let me tell you the opposition. Look, Prince Joseph now strong there before. He just want to intimidate people in Nima County because he know that they try to intimidate people that person. We are strong. They go to the thing and whatever thing election. So he just want to intimidate people. But Prince Joseph are just scared. So like people in Nima, they will not be deterred by Prince Joseph. You go Tuesday morning, you vote. President, we are for better development, and we are in Port County. They tell all that when we coming in this county, they tell all that more put our FBI, not put our for more go for Nima County. People know that Port County was important to him. They not really running made. They coming to all more.
Oh, we lost that caller there.
Hello.
Good evening, caller.
Yeah, my name is Aaron Peter, calling on Tuburu.
Yeah, let's hear from you tonight.
Thank you for the analysis. My brother was in studio speaking. I was on you from the scene era on Mr. Kuyopa. I was on you from the scene era. You know, We are from Nima, we always honor intimidation from Prince Joseph and the only time to more possible. Let us speak in Nima itself, Prince Joseph, leave the scene of politics in Nima. But then we know we already described that thing, that rescue, but a rescue team. It now consists of all those guys, all those guys that rescue team, that rescue team. Well, I'm calling because I have 5 pressing on my control that register in Nima, and Lana call us there who want help so we go there to foot. So new 5 pressing, we need I got somewhere I have to care to foot. My kids are registered in Poncanti, Melvin Cool, carrying in Pongati, but I'm calling them. And she want to go foot. So we need help.
I think we already send your number to those guys, so
They will call you, yeah?
they will call you. We'll send your number already.
I have a number there.
All right.
Hello?
Identity?
Good.
My name is Maximum Ford. I'm calling from Banga.
Let's hear you, sir.
And I want to say you guys thank you so much for the round of election. You guys have done so much for us. We are so much grateful. And I just got to appreciate you guys for the hard work you've been doing for us in this.
Gone off. We'll take 4 more calls and then we call it a quit. Hello.
Good evening, caller. Let's hear from you, please.
Yeah, my name is Aziz Zedoro calling you from Banga City.
Okay, let's hear from you from Banga.
Yeah, we citizens, we just sitting looking at the old people that are coming to make fun out of us. Look at Mo Ali looking for power on his salary. One little boy have food for his salary. I don't know what makes Mo Ali very much insensitive. If I like, I can see there one on him.
No, I beg you. Be careful on the radio.
Not the top lady. Let's put them on the 14. Thank you.
Thank you, yeah. Hello. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello. Yeah, I'm Moses D. Johnson calling from district number 5.
Okay, Moses, let's hear from you, please.
Yeah, my question to many callers who always calling, when they calling, they get discussing one issue over and over. What are the issue had nothing to do with the United Party? Because, like, for
hello? Hello?
Good evening, caller. Yes, good evening. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, my name is Johnson Yassani.
Okay.
My name is Johnson Yassani calling from Bond County.
Okay, Johnson, let's hear from you, please.
Thank you very much, my brother. You know, Mo Ali attitude remind me of one of my meeting when he said, "What your father and mother don't start, you get finished." You know what he's putting him off in? The party can't help him at all. You know what he's going to do? Even the president who he backing the process cannot help him to forever. So let him control his temper. You know the people have no message now for Jowia. Jowia is far above them. So I urge all citizens to go and vote in huge number on Tuesday. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, brother. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Good evening to you. Let's hear from you.
Yeah. This is David Boakai Corner from district number 3, Mosarado.
Okay, Boakai, let's hear from you.
Okay. First of all, if you can remember the visa impairment that caught on your show once, at the time you were interviewing the Honorable Maruba, I called on the show and I told you that I will be in prayer with Honorable Maruba. And by the grace of God, we saw what happened. I just have to tell you people thank you for the effort you people applying, and with all the challenges, I know some people sometimes they don't have any food to eat, but God listen to their prayer. And it's how we live life. So I will only appreciate what you people are doing. And by the grace of God, I'm in prayer with you people and our president. I don't care how people hate him, how people dig hole under him. He is a man that's sent by God, and he will be protected by God. I hope I will call you on Friday or Monday to tell you the prayer that we offer for this country. We don't offer again.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm Israel man. I have 7 children. District number 3.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
So you were the one who talked about your children are going to school out of university or something?
No.
Okay.
The time you were interviewing the Honorable Moruba in the studio, yeah, he was talking about he will advocate for the disabled military division. It may not be salary, but at the end of the month, the government should see how best to help them at least $50 to do 1 or 2 things for their children.
Papi, you say you get how many children too? 7?
I have 7 living children.
Let's see where you file.
Ah, Papi. 7?
At the time, I was saying I was doing business for myself.
Oh, okay. So you were not born like that, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling. Have I exceeded 4? Hello.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying how some of us we register in Bongkande. I have more than 10% of first voters, but the way for to go by in Bongkande to vote.
So me ask you, why do you really carry you to Bongkande to go vote?
It's because we have someone there that carry who is Marvin Cole.
But
I think Marvin listening.
I'm from Bongkande. That's where I'm from now. I went by the register.
What are you living here?
We are in Soul Clinic.
Oh, so you in Soul Clinic, you go Bongkande to go register there?
Yeah.
Come Marvin Cole. Come Marvin Cole.
I went by.
For come Marvin Cole, you will pay away by him. He carry him put there for him. Won't call the man. You pay away to go by here.
Okay.
Final caller. So, Martin, what I'm talking about, E1, there's no free answer me.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hello to you. Let's hear from you, sir. You're live.
Yeah, I'm calling from Grand Bassa County, Biafra community.
Wema.
The Penio.
Wema.
I'm not a Brazilian, I'm from Nima.
Okay. Let's hear from you.
What I want to tell you people, Prince Johnson, he is our senator, and I know Prince Johnson too good, and he knows me too good. So nobody should have fear for Prince Johnson. If Prince Johnson want to cause trouble, you should leave Prince Johnson with the Nima people. We will go and grab Prince Johnson and take him over. No different tribe will go there. You should just get with the Nima people from Basso here. Some of us will leave from Basso and will add on the great Mosorano. We'll go and grab him and take him over. That's why it will not say that different tribe take Prince Johnson over. They will say that Nimanians take Prince Johnson over. And the born naked man too. You leave the born naked man.
Who will he wait
for? We are standing by for you. We are standing by. If you want to come, the soul of this soul. The soul of this soul that make Liberia to be on the map. Matiti I travel to Senegal. The only person in our hall there is President Jordan. You know, when we are walking, we went there to work on the power line. Okay. When we are walking in the street, they will call us King. We are children. So a man that make us today and our children, they are going to university that they will have before. Country labor like me, my children, they are going to other school.
Yep.
Then you bring Johnson and Boneke, you want to move the person for power by 4? I'm sorry. It would never happen. And Prince Johnson, let me pray my daughter. I beg you, please. Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Prince Johnson, where are not getting there? Yeah, can you go there?
baby. He call baby. He never back. He bebra. Bring us the quality. Who nima? We docker international community. All to the last chapter of Levamo. So that person, they come up with Pele. He Kuyopa Bemo. He want to know fake ya. Bring us he be okay way. Thank you very much, Mama.
Okay, thank you, Papa. Now the final call, he has sealed it. I'm sorry, I'm not taking calls anymore. I don't understand what he said, right? But I know it's a really staunch warning to Senator Johnson that, you know, all your scare tactics, that debating you're doing, you can't scare anybody here. We've seen the last of you during the war.
Yep.
That's the last of you. We have suffered too much in this country, and you will not take us back to yesteryears. We will not allow you to do that. Nobody's going to be afraid. We will get up on Tuesday. We will stand up in the lines, and we will vote for President Weah, and nothing you can do about it. Mr. Butt Naked, who already walking naked. You cry every day when you hear about war crimes code. You say, I'm ready to go because the people who are killed.
That's so scary.
I don't think I should even be alive because I kill a lot of people. You know, I need to face justice. You say all that, people will be feeling sorry for you. Behold, you have, you know, an ulterior motive.
You are fighting war.
Drink your own blood.
You are fighting war. We're trying to film a war. You can't. We allow the open church in this country acting like a clergyman. We have our peace and our security.
And you think you can destroy peace?
Try it.
You can't.
Try it.
You can't.
We challenge you.
Daniel, you say, you know, the peace that this president has preserved over the years. They want to come and do something to make Liberia look ugly, to make President Weah look ugly, to make him look like them, because all they know is war. All they know is to suck and drink human blood. But the last one you people drank, that's all. You're not drinking some more again.
We challenge those people.
No blood will share in this country.
The amount of years Liberia still be developing themselves.
With Liberia.
We'll go back to war.
We challenge them. To war. So you're heading.
Build ourselves, bear our children, send them to school, develop our country. The president is helping us to make things work because you're desperate for power. You think you'll come here and put us back to the dark days? We challenge you. Bring your people outside on the 14. Put it all in a black and green and say to us, go to our district, go have rescue soldiers. Let's see you there.
All the districts.
The law will take its course.
So
waiting for you.
Rescue soldiers there. You think you'll put people outside?
Who are you to pay fear on somebody?
And they will not go to the polls.
Are you the only person paying taxes in this country? In fact, churches don't pay taxes. You don't even pay tax in this country. You can't make noise here.
You take money from people overseas. You lie to them that you have a center where you're treating people who got drugs.
Waiting for them all.
People who sending their children there, they pay money to you every week, $40. You call yourself a clergyman. You take people money. You take money from overseas, and then you train those people to come and bring
waiting for
Liberia. Bring your rescue.
Liberians will speak against you people on the 14.
All of the counties, and you will see what Liberians will do to you. Get outside. You are bluffing today. Say you pull our rescue soldiers out. My people, look, it is about Liberia. It is about all of us. These people are a bunch of desperados. The likes of Mo Ali, who didn't do anything for himself. He's still renting today. After United Party stayed 12 years in power. All he wants to do is to come back and steal, because that's all they know. They want to have all the gas slips in their pockets to run all around there in all the big cars. That's all they want to do. They don't have a heart for this country.
Nope.
That is why they're fighting amongst themselves. Today, here, there's other story. People like Senator Johnson, he wants to be close to power. That's all he wants. He did the same thing early time. He tried that Weah time, and he thinks that, you know, when you read the Bible, when you think about the story of Saul, you look at Senator Johnson, you look at the story of David, you look at Senator Johnson. If you want everything, you will lose everything. That's what Senator Johnson stands for. You want to kill Kurumpa, and you come to the public yesterday and pretend like you didn't do anything. After you call this young man and begged him to come on your side, he says, no, I'm not coming on your side. He said, okay, let's go in and finish him. And Representative Yellow said that when we hosted him here, and he named people who Senator Johnson has assassinated because these people, have stood up to him and said, Senator Johnson, you can't do this. And then he boastfully says that, this person stood up to me, that they're no more. This other person stood up to me, they're no more. You're not God. You can fool some people sometimes. You can fool all the people
all the time.
You're wasting your time. Your time is up. He said, President Weah does not have the popular will of the people. Let's go to the polls on Tuesday and see what happens. All these scare tactics you're putting in people, you think people will be afraid? You will be surprised that this will be the first run of elections where people will turn out in their masses just to put you people out.
But that's why they pay money to bring hackers and all kind of people and try to put fear in our people, because they already know they can't win President Weah. They want Lima County, they want Margibi County, they want Lofa County. The men still want them.
And the shame to Senator Johnson is that when he joined President
Weah, he brought 18,000 votes.
Brought 18,000 votes.
We already got 13.
Without you,
we got 50,000. So what are you talking about?
So he knows that.
Even if it's added there.
Yeah, and he knows what's going on.
He's done in Lima. He's done.
So he's just causing confusion all over the place.
Sit down there.
I mean, you need to go and sit down. Your time is over. You will not be close to the president anymore. Other people have to survive too. And you are just surviving. You are just that one person who's eating everything. Your belly foot now, papi, go sit down. Let the other people come close to power too. And I'm for your one, like bro, and I'm for your one. My people, let's get out there on Tuesday and show these people that our votes must count. You want President Weah to remain in power just so that your children continue to go to universities free. You want President Weah to remain in power because he has said that January, no more graduation fees. We'll not pay any graduation fee. Your child is graduating, you will not have to worry about graduation fees. President Weah has said that. He doesn't say anything and not do it. So he's going to do that. And we're not paying WAS fees. If you allow these desperados to come to power, they're not going to pay WAS fees anymore because it has not been legislated. It must be legislated in the next legislature. And for that to happen, you have to maintain President Weah in power. And let's do it. And let these desperados go and sit down for another 6 years. After 6 years, Amara Kone and Kun will be fighting all the Unity Party because the plow already there.
In fact, it worse.
Kone goes to endorse Unity Party. He doesn't recognize Kun, who is the vice standard bearer. Kun is angry because he knows that after JMB, he will be the face of Unity Party. But then the Unity Party people on JMB, so I think bringing Kone. Kone to say, I'm standing tall. You think Kone is supporting Unity Party because he loves Unity Party? He is the darling boy of President Sirleaf.
But guess what?
Son, Robert Sirleaf. That's why he became Minister of Finance. That's the only reason he became Minister of Finance.
Kone was into
IT boy in the office of President Sirleaf.
He even worked with Comcast in America. So he's not somebody who...
He's not a finance
as compared to Minister Tue. Minister Tue spent his entire life.
All that thing he's doing over there, he wants to be the face of the Unity Party. Kun is not happy about it. When Joseph Boaga gone today, he leaves, the face of Unity Party.
What Kun said came from?
No, but the thing about it is, Kun is not happy. Kun is the one spending his money, right? Now they're bringing Amara Kone. Amara Kone wants to be the face of Unity Party after, Joseph.
Kun is giving,
so they're fighting amongst themselves.
The very money he's suffering when he was a lawmaker to his hospital, that's what he's spending, but that's not his money.
Of course, but again, it tells you what we will be up for. God forbid.
That is the reason why President Weah will win. And let me say something before we close. The Coalition for Democratic Change today is the only true grassroots party.
Of course.
After the Progressive Alliance of Liberia, PAL, in 1975. Take it or like it. And when President Weah leaves after his 12 years, this party will continue. We raise amongst men a leader that will lead the coalition. We already have a good face. So while they're fighting, the first thing Madam Sirleaf did, which was smart, was she realized the ingratitude. All of the financiers that Madam Sirleaf had to push that party forward, she removed them. They followed her because they were grateful. They were grateful like a few folks like Mo Ali and the rest of people making noise were Amos to a very broke Monsieur Pare who squandered everything he ever had, plus literally looted campaign money in 2017. You think the next Unity Party will look at people like that? It's a done and dusted party. In fact, it's just unfortunate that UP is gradually falling into the hands of vultures.
Real vultures. Okay, let me just read this again, and then we just end the show. Daniel, please.
Yeah, try.
So, CDC final victory rally is tomorrow, November 12th, and I'm going to start with the final victory assembly point. Point 1 is ELWA Junction and districts 1, 4, 5, 6 and Margibi District 1 will, all of you will converge at the ELWA Junction. That's district number 1, district number 4, district number 5, district number 6, and Margibi District number 1. Then point number 3 is the Nizo Junction, where the people in district number 3 are going to gather. Then point number 4 is Jacobtown Field. That is district number 2. The people from district number 2 are going to gather there. Point number 5 is Chicken Soup Factory Junction, Stephen Tober Junction, and Shoe Factory Junction. That is for district number 12 people. Then point number 6, the Small St. Michael, is where district number 11 and 13 people are going to gather. Point number 7 is the Stoughton Creek Bridge for the district number 15 people. Point number 8 is Freeport of Monrovia, where district number 16 and 17 Seditians are going to gather. Point number 9, Claratown, and Viatown is where district number 14 people are going to gather. Point number 10 is Broad Street, Crown Hill, where district number 7 people are going to gather. Point number 11 is Capital Bypass, where the district number 8 people are going to gather. Point number 12, Vamuma, where district number 9 people are going to gather. Point number 13 is Vamuma to HQ. So we have district number 10. Then the message is that you should prepare your boots and your berets to lock down Monrovia for the Wia Taylor landslide victory.
Correct.
Vote number 2 on November 14. Wia Taylor landslide victory is sure when we all vote number 2. So that is it for you. Tomorrow CDC has her
let's come all out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And let's ensure that we give the president the real sound of victory he needs, because I mean, as we come up tomorrow,
and bury those
we're going to send a very strong message tomorrow to those people who think that they can come and steal our elections with fear.
They were outside
and cyber trickery.
They said when that Twer was on the live podcast, he and Monsieur, he said we had ACOP joining us, we had the Ghost Appeton joining us. So he was checking all of the votes that those people made. But the people who came out today, now where are they?
But guess what? That is the same political limitation that was expressed by Mo Ali.
I'm telling you, that's the same kind of people.
If Twer can say that because Appeton joined him, so we get 50,000 votes, and Mo Ali can say a whole 16 countries in West Africa receive of 150,000, that's the political limitation and a lack of understanding.
But I want to see all the people now who join.
Liberation should know now that these guys are not serious.
Anyway, my people,
you're thinking, yeah?
What it is. So let's turn out tomorrow, and then Tuesday, let's go and do it and complete it.
We leave it as that. Good evening from my end.
You again, then it will be on Tuesday, God willing. Have a pleasant weekend.
Not Monday?
Monday, what's happening on Monday? No campaign on Monday. Abby, you forget?
We're having a show on Monday.
What are you coming?
From the east to the west, north to the south, let's come together as one. They say you're not there, we stand, divided we fight. If we not celebrate, we do it for you. Voila, you forget that. You from Lower Country, from Maryland.